everybody. Welcome to the World Series of Board Games semifinals. I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Ricardo Gomes.
And we have got the game of White Castle coming up. But we're going to go ahead and go straight to the table because they are ready to get started. And this is a game that you know really well, right, Ricardo?
Well, yes, I work for the publisher.
All right,
and
we
I've
are
played,
ready to go,
maybe
players.
200-300 times.
Oh, that's
And you?
not that many. So that is why you're here. You also know competing about this level. This is something you have done before.
Well, not in the World Series, but yes, in World Championships and at London's Mind Sports Olympiad. It uses to be the toughest competition in the world before the World Series.
So at this point right here, they're going to be drafting cards. How important is that, for the future of your game?
Well, if you realize that the game has only 9 moves, this is extremely important because you're going to get the stuff that allows you to do whatever you want, at least in the first movement of those 9 that you have through the whole game. Anyway, if they want to win semi-final of the World Championships, they need to, with that initial setup, get at least the way for the full first of 3 years.
Okay, and you say that every time about 9 turns. That's insane how tight this game is.
Yeah, that's the extreme chain reaction. We've seen that at the ring final of White Castle, the winner made 100 points. If you divide that by 9, it gives you more than 11 points per move.
Wow. Yeah, and that is not a normal point. These are high-level players hitting that.
Yeah, it also depends on the board, and we've agreed that on the first one there was huge combos. So here we can see, for example, that on the ground level of the castle, the right one, there's no match of die, while on the other one there were 2 die of the same color at every level of the first.
Mm-hmm.
And also it seems that the action from the training field, it's not so combo as the other one, because it gives you two moves on the player or the track, and then you achieve something on your board.
And so we have a wide swath of numbers up there now, that's a good thing to have too, but also will push your strategy, won't it?
Yep. Especially for whoever gets less to pick the cards, because that person is the only one that knows that the die they want is over there.
Right.
Maybe if they want, for example, let's see, on the orange ones, on the bridge, you can see that at the rightmost, there's exactly the same number of the second and maybe the third one, which means that if on your first move you want an orange die, you can count on that one even if you are the third to play. Just the fourth doesn't believe that the 5 will be there for him. He might believe, but it's not sure that the 5 will be there. But even if you are the third and you want to start with orange, you know there's a 5 there for you.
But having that wide swath, you also have really low numbers next to that lantern, because you want to get your lantern to fire off.
Yeah, but that's not so important at the beginning of the game.
Because your lantern's not as powerful, right?
Not as powerful, right. And there's a combo. Yeah, the mid one that still's available. You already start with 2 cards on your lantern. That one might be a little more attractive, but anyway, it's just the beginning of the game. It's the most important. It's not the most important for the lantern right now.
Okay. So right now they're still doing their draft, trying to get that.
Well, one of them already
has drafted one.
Yeah,
right?
yellow already had the card on top, and some lantern with 2 cards also. So we might have 2 lanterns with already 2 cards. Yellow has it, and the mid section also has an extra card if you want to play with that, which might be an extra incentive for them to use it.
Figure out what I can do here.
Okay, so now.
Yeah, yes, please, because I literally am like the dice are blocking.
Listen to what they're talking about here. I guess you're still going to the draft, right? Still looking at the draft. Okay. All right, so it's Alex's turn. It's amazing how with only 9 turns, how much the game, your strategy can pivot. It'll pivot right here on the draft. It'll also pivot depending on what dice come out. And then once they take a card, what flops out there. There's a lot of different ways you can get to where you're going.
Yes, and if you want to play at this level, as you were asking before, you need also to play with other players' game and other players' head.
Now, okay, take a look at the flop down there at the bottom row with the, you've got 2 whites in the first one, 2
Yes.
blacks, and that last one you just have that diversity of all 3.
Yeah.
Does that make that position less powerful to go to, or?
Especially with the combination that is on the other 2 right now, yeah.
Okay.
If you see the left one, it gives you an amazing stuff. So, for example, if you do not have a seal, it gives you straight the seal for you to use.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's really nice. The left one.
What do you want?
The other one also gives you resources, so it's appealing also.
Terraforming Mars.
But yeah, I guess the floor level of the left side is
Sure, everyone on the
it's
live
appealing,
stream
at
is,
least.
commenting
Oh, yeah.
on my no good, very bad, terrible.
Yeah, it's appealing.
Who cares? They don't get to play.
They're just jealous.
They're jealous.
Okay, so this is interesting here. Michael and Stanley up there, they are actually friends from home, and neither wanted White Castle to be their game.
Okay.
And here they are. That's going to make some good conversations back home.
Yes, it will. Anyway,
I might make like
it's a
make
kind of
mistakes
game
just not
that you
knowing the
can
rules here.
do just little favors, like for example, leaving a die that somebody might want to use.
Right.
That's not the king making game that's playing with 2 friends on a final. Well, that's not Catan, let's say.
But generally here at WSBG, you do have players that have that really get along there at the table, which is really cool to see. You know, you legitimately have people just say, good move, that was nice, and just there's this interaction. And there's also a lot of people, these are multiple times being here, so they're like, you know what, I'll get you next year. It's that type of situation.
Look at these.
Yeah, they seem to have a nice time. They're smiling.
Yeah. This is, I think, are we still waiting for Alex to draft here? They,
Yeah, just 2 persons pick those cards.
okay.
That's what you're getting.
So yeah, we still.
Oh, no, okay, so,
Oh,
got it.
So the big lantern, it's just for the first player. The
Okay.
other 2 skipped that chance.
That makes sense, all right. All right, so now you're getting those starting resources.
Yep.
Take a look what you got.
The income
those
came
seals.
straightforward from the cards, but anyway, then let's see who is. Okay, Austin. Austin has a wild, so he can pick any 3 resources of his choice. And he decided, I guess, for 1 rice and 2 iron from the wild ones.
We're playing.
Those coins are pretty important to have.
Yeah. Well, realize if I was saying to you before that you might prepare your full first of 3 rounds right now, and if you can say if you focus on the orange game,
Yes, go ahead and take that.
that's Austin is going to be the second player.
And
He
then
started
clarification on
with
the
1
action, the
food,
only
1
duplicate you
rice,
cannot do
and then
is the
2
line, so you're
iron,
on personal
and he
command
had the
other than
wild.
So I'm
So
bored
he's
anything.
preparing to use
All right, players, let's go ahead and
just
start.
1
You ready?
food, achieve a card on the left side of the garden to get extra stuff to add up to his initial ones and prepare the full leader right now. That's the single reason for him to ask for 2 iron instead of 2 pearls or something else. And he just needs 1 rice because he knows he's going to use that 1 rice.
Okay, so he
And
knows.
if you see the lantern, there's the 3rd iron over there. So it assures him that if he uses it as a lantern, he's going to have the 3rd iron ready to go for that white wild action
Right.
that it's over there.
Okay,
So at least the second move is also prepared by Austin right
spend
now.
1 point
But I'm
for a
quite
while.
sure he's much further ahead.
he is.
of
He's
that.
already planning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as that draft happens,
it's even better.
That was the most interesting thing to comment here because that guy had the wild choice. The other ones were fixed.
I mean, I
Right.
didn't want to stop you, but I feel like, you know, in respect for the game.
I'll get 1 point for the wild action. I'm also gonna do the wild action.
I'm gonna get
He's also got that garden action he can take too if he goes to his
I'm gonna get
board.
1 iron.
Yep. If it gets
And
locked.
I will get one of
But it
each.
will. It won't. It
I
won't.
will take.
All right, so he's using the 2 whites down there.
Yep. It won't.
Yeah. All right. And that's Stanley. They just dropped that white down there. He dropped a 5 there, making that more expensive for everybody else.
I'll take a pearl.
All right. You're choosing to take the pearl there.
And then I will do the top part, which I will spend 1 Daimyo Seal to get a warrior action.
So first move already on the way.
Yep. He's getting that warrior out there. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
2-0.
But yeah, last game we saw no one go to that field. We saw everybody,
Yes.
you know, which is crazy.
Even for the first level, there were nobody over
Nobody.
there.
So now he's actually going to that field, which we saw
Yeah.
no warriors at the first game.
As said before, the level 5 feels appealing, but not as much as
Right.
the previous one.
Okay, so now he's all right. So he was able to get that.
Yeah, and he took
Choose
the
action.
the powerful 5 from
So I will do this
the
white.
white and went to the spot.
Take 1 coin.
It was extremely appealing.
I'll do the well. Use another coin.
Gives him a lot of coins.
Wait,
The well doesn't get the coin.
2 coins from placing a 5 on
I'll get 1
a
iron.
3 area. Then an
Diamond
extra
seal.
coin for the white
flex resource.
midsection area.
Yeah, that's true. So he's got
3
He's-
coins.
he's set for future
Yeah.
turns too.
You got 3 coins, a seal, a iron, and I guess a wild one.
Okay,
Is that a wild one on top of the wheel?
Yeah, take a flip.
I guess.
is it? Yeah.
Wild one.
That's my turn.
Okay, Stanley's done. That's over to Austin here.
And well done, because now whoever wants to stack the die needs to pay from a 5. And you can see that all the other white ones are at most 3.
Yeah, so,
So they need to pay. So if they want to do exactly the same action as Stanley, they need to pay 2 more coins.
Right. But that's a great action. But then you also got you can drop that 6 in the black, but
And if you want to play at this level, you cannot think only that you have to pay 2 more coins.
right.
Because there's a swing of 4 coins. The Stanley received 2. It's a difference between receive 2 or pay 2, and that's huge.
Oh, so he's taking
The white
so he
one.
wants to get his lantern to fire off.
That was the 3rd iron I was talking about.
Iron.
Yep.
Sit here.
Ooh,
Stacking,
okay, there it
Paying
is.
3 coins
So he's paying 3 there.
and going for exactly the same combo.
Which that cost him only 1 more coin than dropping that 3, but then he got to fire his lantern off.
Yes.
And that right there, you have to look at that trade, that balance.
And I'm quite sure when he decided the income, the starting resources, he was already expecting Stanley to do that move.
Yeah.
Seal to do the warrior.
Because he went right to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now he's going with the same motions there, but he did go to the
No,
3rd
he-
field there. There's a warrior out there.
For the big one.
Yep,
Pursue
in the time track.
will be
Okay.
the white.
Well, if you realize the combo from the wheel gives you straightforward 1 item, but it can be a second one. So he was with just 2, knowing before that he's going to get 3 from that move. 1 from the lantern, 1 from the fixed price, and another one for the wild one. So he got 3 extra irons, and then he moved.
He got a gardener out there too. Right?
The gardener is safely.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a good move by Austin here.
Yep. And while playing the gardener, he also got the resource
Yeah.
from his own board, or twice the resources from his own board, because the window was already open.
Okay, so now we got Alex. Seeing where he wants to go.
If you see, right now, so Stanley already have 2 rice and 2 pearls, which gives him a wide variety of options for the second movement. He can go, well, in fact, he can do anything because he can go for,
Alex also drafted the 4 food to start off with,
he can,
which is, it's got that. a
Stanley
lot.
can go in the next move for the gardeners because he had 2 rice. Can go for the training fields if he uses a lantern because getting 1 iron. And then can also go for the court. He can go for the court because there's already 2 pearls over there.
Now he's figuring this out.
Yeah.
All right, how much, you've been in these situations, how much stress is happening here, like at the beginning of building that? Like, what are they going through? What are they feeling out?
Well, this is the time of their life because
Personal domain action.
reaching semifinal means they already have a diamond ring
This,
for
but I get
their swingers.
Right.
okay.
So the most hard thing is done because the other one just depends on them, and we do not know how hard they know White Castle.
Right, because Alex here, I know, I'm not sure the other one, Alex came from Splendor. I think Splendor was the game that he won.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it would be interesting to know which games all of them won, and then say something based on that.
I know Chris, you get that information.
But
to us,
anyway,
too.
they should be very tense, but at the same point, very happy.
That's all right. So we've got see Michael in the top corner, top right corner. He came from Dune. Then Stanley terraforming Mars. Austin down there at the bottom left. He's Heat.
Okay.
And then Alex, of course, came from Splendor. Now they all converge on White Castle
Yeah, that's
from a company called
That's
Devere.
semi-final.
Have you heard of them?
I've heard, and I'm
I've heard good
proud that
things.
they're playing White Castle.
See here. All right. So Alex is.
Do you know that if they score more than 100 points, it's going to be kind of surprise with the 4-player table?
Yeah.
Scores tend to get a little more short with the
That's right, because the
highest player
finals we
count.
did that, was that 3 in the
Yeah,
finals?
it was 3-player.
It was 3. Okay. That's right, because they crossed 100 on that, but again,
And
you have
on
3 players.
3-player, as you can stack ones, like with the 4 players,
Mm-hmm.
scores tend to be a little wider.
The 2 players on this, of course, you would the duel coming out, but you can't stack.
You cannot. And
Yeah.
even with 3 or 4 players, you can only stack on the main board. You cannot stack your own.
I only learned that on BGA when I kept trying to stack against the guy who was playing 2 players. And I'm like, well, this game is broken. But nope, you can't stack.
Yeah, it's specific rules for 2-player. It's like in Stone Age, you cannot go to the same production field as the other player goes.
Yeah. All right, so we still have Alex. I think it's still Alex's turn, right? He's still looking at. He's feeling that. No, he was checking out his own board. That's way too early to go to your own board, but I can't see the action he's got. I think he's got action he has on his board, but see what.
Maybe it's training fields or court. Seems too dark. Garden, actually. Yeah, it's court.
Court, yeah.
Yeah, it's court. But his starting hand is full of rice.
Yeah. Now, the way this, for you that don't know the finals, what happens here is all these semifinals, whatever games they won in, will not be played in the finals.
Yep.
So this right here will eliminate whoever wins this. That will not be a finals game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So, if, like, say, if Alex wins, Splendor will not be in the finals. Michael wins, Dune will not be the finals. So the finals are determined a lot by who wins this, as well as the other games going on currently.
and you cannot also play at the final any game played on the semifinal.
Semifinals, right? So White Castle is out of the finals now. So that right there eliminates a large swath, and then they also get to veto something. All right, so here Alex is going. He's going to use those double black down there, but he's dropping a
3
6.
coins as income, and the second combo is now the third choice.
Please make
Okay.
use of the board. Thank you.
All right.
So 1 extra rice,
And a rice
1 pearl,
to pearl.
and
Uh,
military action.
Spent a seal to do a samurai. We'll just do the spend 1 iron.
All right, so he's spending 1 iron to go. All right, so he's going to the first field there.
Yeah, and he's
bunch of
preparing the full game for money. So
Yes.
to be wild, because he received 5 coins from the training fields, plus 3 coins for the court level die.
Yeah.
So he received 8 coins with a single movement. He also upgrades the food pearl level.
Which Alex's playstyle is interesting because watching him in Splendor is he doesn't. A lot of these guys are playing on a meta level where you're going to do the same type of strategy going through. Alex in Splendor didn't. He didn't do the reserve. He didn't. He played in that get level 1, level 2s, and which is normally not a winning strategy, but clearly he won. So the fact he's playing that first field here, I'm interested to see how that pans off. 'Cause
Yeah,
he
who
does have a
knows?
plan in there.
I think it's too soon for us to create a pattern from the background of each player with his own gameplay here. But in the mid game, we might check something that drives specifically from the background of each one.
Well, this is like from interviewing it. He is, I mean, he does look at games in a different light, a different lens, is what he says, because he doesn't look at what everyone else is doing. He also, which sometimes works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people do a certain strategy because it works, right? Yeah, it's interesting to see. And
Anyway, I'm
Michael, you're coming from Dune. It is his.
I believe that Alex's background from Splendor is a little closer to White Castle. That's Stanley's
Yeah,
Terraforming Mars, for example.
true. Of course, what's funny, he came for Terraforming Mars. That was the game he wanted. All right, so here's what we've got on there boards. Michael has got the court on his board. Stanley training, Austin garden, and Alex again has court. So those are what they have available on their own board.
Yeah,
So those are something that's always available to you.
that's the safest action.
Which one?
The one that they have
Yeah.
on their own board. But
like
anyway, it's extremely expensive because
Let me go
the
here.
setup is a 6.
We do the farming action.
Okay, he's going to
I'm
farming.
going to spend 2 of my food.
Yep.
Send a farmer here.
And again, that surprised me again. Like I said,
That
I have not played this level.
also
Seeing
gives
how many
you
gardeners just
action.
went out there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you want to get that.
Yeah, the wild ones for the
I think What
income.
I'm going
Yeah.
to do is I think the best one for me
Three
would
wild
probably
ones.
be
Or the 1 coin and the wheel. Later on,
Do the 3 of any?
all the ones, yeah. Later
2
on, all
pearls.
the ones that had the lantern will be more appealing, but at this point,
No.
interesting.
Yeah, so right now, firing that thing off is not going to help you nearly as much as later in the game. Later in the game, those combos are just crazy.
Yeah. The yellow player, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
also placed the gardener in a different level from
Yes.
the orange one. So
Okay. He did not utilize that training. So, all right, so now we're down here in Stanley, who does come from Terraforming Mars. That's a jump.
yes, it is.
Any color dice can go down there, right?
Yeah. So a black could stack on the red one. over
Yep.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We're asking about stacking right now.
Bet.
Michael and Stanley are going to go home, the same game group, it seems like. How many times this year they're going to play White Castle? They're going to replay this game.
Yeah.
How would you like to be the third and fourth person, just random people in that game group? Sitting there,
it's
2 finalists.
Each one of them has 25% chance to win, but the group has 50.
That's true. That's a good group right there, man.
50% chance.
Yeah. You're on the right
I
one.
like those odds.
no, literally.
Here we go.
Seems pretty good.
This is going to be Stanley's second turn, I believe.
Yeah. So I'm seeing this game much more tight
Mm-hmm.
and
They're playing a lot. They're really taking their time a lot more here.
less options or powerful options than the ring final one.
I agree.
So they might
Yeah, that seems
hardly reach the 80 points for the second leg on the track.
Mhm. Oh, he drafted that white there, so he's going to fire his lantern off. All right, he's going to go down there,
gonna
probably
spend
guardian
$2.
action.
Make up the
Or
Paying
throw some on
2
court.
coins, getting the pearl. He can do both
Yeah.
gardening because he had 1 rise,
Mm.
and can transform with 2 if he wants with the
I'm gonna
seals.
do a.
He already has 2
Sapphire.
seals.
I'm gonna spend
he's
2
going
coins
court?
to put out a.
Yeah, he's paying 2 for the
Yeah.
entrance level.
Yep. So he's going to be the first one into that court there.
And then I'll spend
Okay.
2 pearls to bump it up.
Oh, he's bumping up, so he's going to go ahead and bring that to his
I'll go here.
board. All right,
I'll take this card.
build up that lantern then. And also now he's got his board becomes just a bit more powerful,
I'll take
more
the 2
options down
wild
there for him.
resources. I will take.
How important is getting that personal board? That's what he has sit on his personal board. Wow, that's pretty good. 1 iron and firing off your lantern there, and a seal and a gardener there. So that's big. And then 2
Oh, I was
wild
supposed to
resources.
do my lantern before all.
Yeah, but
this,
he can
so
only
before
choose
this was even
1.
flipped.
Right, right. But like when he drops it there,
Yeah.
Careful.
that's gonna be on his board now, which is big.
And then I got 2 resources. I took 1 food, and then I got to take 1
2
more thing.
2 wild resources.
2 wild, yeah. That's what he's going with, which I guess is good because now is the building phase
Yeah,
to kind of get ready.
he would get more with the lantern and the
I'll
iron,
take another iron.
but the
My 2
ones
resources.
twice,
Got this
Yeah.
card, put my thing, and then
Okay.
a reflection card.
and his lantern gives him pearls.
All right, now we got the flop out there.
It seems
Okay.
that
We got time. Is that
Stanley didn't
okay?
didn't want so hard that movement on the passage of time.
No.
That was really bad. Really.
Oh, damn.
You're commenting that he moved really fast.
Really bad move.
He did. That's okay. So yeah, we got passage of time. We got 2 pearls down there, and then that 1 seal to go ahead and use your
It seemed okay.
training ground action, which is pretty big.
On this side.
Because late game, that's going to be you're going to see just a mad rush to that training ground. At least we did last time.
I thought it was fun.
Yes,
I mean,
You're going to see a
bad
garden
for
fill
me,
up pretty
must be
soon,
good.
then you're going to see a mad rush at training ground.
every time you go to a trading ground, if you reach the 3 iron or the 5 iron level, you can activate extra meeples on the board. When you go to the garden, if you use the right section, you can also use extra meeples like a chain reaction, a combo. But every time you go straight forward to the court, it's a final action. There's no way something on the court allows you to
The cascade to get.
cascade the game.
Okay, that's interesting. Right, so what's he doing here? Did he place his own board?
And yes,
He did,
the
okay.
5
So he just
from
paid
the
1?
black one.
All right, so he wants to get that gardener out.
Yes,
Because he knows that's going to be left.
a nice production, and then he used partner action
Yep.
or any white flag on the board.
Okay. He's going there. Interesting. Do you use your board this early? Normally? Because right now you've got only
It
that one
depends on
option.
the situation.
He just wanted to get that gardener out, didn't he? That was
Yeah.
probably his quickest way to do it.
But one of the amazing things of White Castle, well, it was already on Red Cathedral from the same authors, is that everything changes from game to game, and even sometimes during the game there's huge changes. So you need to adjust your way of play. If you just know to play one kind of game,
That's how I feel now.
you do not reach a
I had
final
a
of the
plan,
World
and
Series.
it's all
Right, right. That's a big thing. And that's
falling
what you've got to
apart.
be.
Yeah.
You need to be wild enough
You do.
to.
So we have Alex's turn now. We've
Mhm.
been green there.
Yeah, and Alex has nice quantity of resources on his board. Well, we have Jackie Fox on chat. She's the author of Rock Hard.
Rock hard. Jackie's fantastic.
She was here a few days ago. Thanks, Jackie. Cheers.
Well, that's right. She's home now, isn't she? Yeah, she
Yeah,
did it out.
the little ones were.
See here. All right, we got.
They're all extremely concentrated in the game. Austin keeps drinking water and water. That's fuel for the brains.
All right, so Alex there with 5 food. He could do a double gardener combo with the middle gardener.
Yep.
He got all those coins last turn, so he's got a lot out there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nice to have the camera on their head
Yeah.
because Stanley, we have seen something already.
It all depends on what he does.
That's
the worst
the
part, I
kind
just have
of
to watch while you guys do
anti-bluffing
stuff, and I go,
movement from
"Okay, now
poker. So it seems that Stanley already seen an amazing move for
Yeah.
the third
So he's ready.
third die of the first round.
Ready. All right, so
At some time in a game like that, you start praying that the other player leaves you something.
you can't get too excited because it might not be there, but he sees it. All right, so I think we've still got Alex there.
He's trying to splendorize the move.
He is. He is. He is.
See what happens.
Yeah. All right, so now just trying to figure. He does have a lot of coins there, so he could go anywhere he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Setting yourself up
With
Is
any
big.
die once.
with any die, but it's just what does he want to use? What does he want to pay? Um, see here. Oh, I guess Jackie said that Stanley is Nick's brother, who and Nick is a Jeopardy tournament winner. So that's a smart family there. Jeopardy is one game I would, my knowledge, I don't think would translate well. Give me all B movie questions. I'm there.
That's
All right, so he's struggled with this right here. He's got a couple places he wants to go. All right, 2 questions here. Number 1, the stress he's going through. How
Yes.
big is that? Number 2, how much do you kick yourself? For the question.
Extremely. And the next level for the World Series is getting some heartbeat count. So we can know
That's what they're going
the
through.
pace of each one of them live.
Just throw an Apple Watch
Yes.
on him.
That will be great.
That's okay. Really?
If you
Okay.
get some experts from
Get the point where
hand
he's-
movement, they can also tell you how tense they are right now. just by watching their movements.
Yeah, he's pretty locked up now, but he's okay. He's gonna go.
Austin seems the more comfortable one.
And
All right, there he is. So he.
so I'll get the food.
All right, so he took that 3 white.
Then personal.
Then he's gonna.
Go for the
He's
personal
going for his
board,
personal board. Yeah, he is.
getting pearls.
2 pearl.
That cost him 3.
two,
Hmm?
Take a courtier. Courtier? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He's going to pay 2 more coins, so 5 coins
So many
spent.
different things. The
He had a lot of those.
Yeah,
Can't take them with you.
Something's.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
You don't.
yeah, but if you spend this way, there won't less than too much.
Right.
So 5 coins spent, yeah. 3 to lay the die, 2 to activate the entrance of the court.
But he won't have enough to bump him up, though, will he?
Yes,
But, oh, he does have that, so he's gonna bump him up there. So that's good.
Get them up.
Right. So now the choice to wear.
Mm,
Look at his board, seeing where he wants to go with that.
left card,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll go here and
Where's he going?
left card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there he is.
Left card, do the
That's-
midsection
That is what
from
he's
the
seen
white
his
flag.
board.
Yeah,
um,
if I were him, that
so do I
would be
choose
my
what
choice,
I do
because
before the new cards were
doing
built?
that,
So
he-
I'll keep the coin.
pay to the board, I do not take care of next turn order.
Get a seal.
Um,
I'll take
It's good
an
right there.
So I'm sorry to play. I won't be ahead of that, because you get improved only if you do for that. And he's saying, I do not care with it, but I do not want that card to stay there any longer for you for the second round.
So there's a bit of blocking in this too.
That one was,
That was 100%. That was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is too powerful for it to be for everybody.
if if Alex was the first or second to play on the second round, he wants that card over there. If he's not, he doesn't. And he's not. He was third starting now, and he didn't move on the passage of time. So he will be third or fourth once again,
Okay, yep.
and he doesn't want that card over there.
No. That's good to wipe that. Nobody else gets it.
Yeah. Anyway, the new card also allows amazing combos. So, for example, for Stanley, if he uses a lantern, the lantern feeds him with pearls that later on he can use on top level by paying a seal. So it's good for first and fourth player, as their lantern produces pearls.
Right.
And then can use straightforward those pearls on the top section.
Yeah.
I've seen you smiling. You've seen Codename something.
I did. Yeah. Played Codenames, Jackie, and we won. So I want to say.
We won the both games.
Yeah,
It was
see?
the 3 of us.
That's
we
the
won
thing.
both.
We won.
Yeah.
We were undefeated. And I think
Well-
we're retired from Codenames, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so why not?
And
Why-
our jersey is on top also.
It is. They actually raced in the Rafters here. So come to the horse show, you'll see it up there.
There's no chance. Anyway, we won just once. The other one they gave us.
That's that is true.
Spend 2 coins.
And who's at home is now asking what are they talking about. So they just need to search for the
You watch
Codenames
it.
match.
You get
It's there on the stream.
Instead of
Yep.
5 died, you get coins for.
It was on
playing
Saturday.
That's 5
It was really nice.
That's
Okay, so now he is entering. Michael's entering the court there.
spend pearls. What to do?
One bird.
Probably go up here,
Okay, so he's just wiping that.
grab the iron and lantern,
All right, so he's getting
So
iron and
I
lantern is
guess
what he's choosing from
iron.
that.
pearl,
This is what he's going to have on his board. He's choosing the bottom
dollar.
one here. Iron and lantern.
lantern.
Done. All done.
How excited is it being the next player, seeing that flop, seeing what drops down there?
It's
get the
extremely
bird as well?
exciting. So
No.
now
Only when you take
it
the
will be
Oh, you do?
kind of.
I do?
Well,
Okay.
let me see.
so-
You get when you put this
But the
down,
most
you get-
interesting
Only if you're
person
doing-
on
Only if you're
that
doing the
is,
lantern.
He's using the lantern.
red.
And since he bought that
Is
card,
say
I just put it down
orange?
before he does it.
Okay, so I go up 1.
mix.
Oops.
But
Screw.
Yeah, he's the
was
one
on
that is
purpose.
most interesting. The card, because he'll be the first, even if not, he's going to be the second.
Okay.
So the card is extremely important from. So, one step in the passage of time is not so appealing. So the combo stays there, but it's not the best.
And we got down here Stanley. See Mike Deliso in the chat bringing up movie starring Carrot Top. You seen any movies starring Carrot Top?
No,
You're a good man then.
but Jackie is paying us back the help to win twice in Codenames. She's saying that you're very smart.
I think she's giggling while she's saying that too.
Big personal domain.
Oh, he's going personal domain here.
There's 5. I'll get 2 back.
Spend some coins,
So he just wants to get that gardener action. I think he's got the gardener action on his
I
personal
get 1
domain.
iron,
but paying 3 coins
3.
plus a seal.
And then I'll spend a daimyo to farm.
Okay, all right. Okay, so he's sending that farmer out there.
Yes, with 2
Because you're trying to get those before the end of the round.
mid-level. Yeah, yeah.
Because they're about
I'll
to fire
trigger a
off.
wait.
Okay.
I'll do this.
Yes, yes.
I'll get 3 any resource.
So play
I will
3
take
guys on the board. And it
2 iron.
seems now that just
and 1 purple.
Austin plays more. So the personal board of Austin is most clean right now, if you see.
Okay.
So Stanley has 3 guys out, but with an extra move.
Go fast enough.
And
Yeah,
the
yes.
other ones
pass
just
him.
use 2.
That's the
So
rules.
Austin was the single one that
question
used more than 1.
About the
in a
dice roll. If I'm from here, can I go to either one, or do I have to go to this one?
You go either.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Austin.
was asking
Oh yeah,
the
and Alex
referee.
was asking. Yeah, Alex was. That's the level these guys
skip
play
you.
at. He's played it before, but he's just asking clarification,
Yes.
so he can kind of plan
Well,
his
I mean,
turn.
so-
Sometimes you use
For one
that to give extra information for the table. Sometimes you use that as a bluffing level.
That's what I would do. Be like, so what game is this again? Does it always use
Yeah.
dice? All right,
But I'm
yeah.
quite sure Jordan, the referee, knows.
Jordan knows. Jordan's
Yeah.
done it before. All right, so now we got Austin here checking out what to do.
Jordan is from Colorado,
Oh, okay. All right.
near Denver, at this morning.
That's a snow. Have you ever seen snow?
Yeah,
Okay. My wife and daughter have not.
so you should.
If it,
Well,
if you
in
find
Florida, it might be hard.
yes, that's the thing. It's not a lot of snow in Florida.
There's any record of snow in Florida?
There was. We got some of the panhandle last year. It's
Okay. Okay. What a surprise. The world is changing.
$5.
world. All right, so that's. All right, so then after this turn before Alex's, we'll go. We'll give you an update on the other table. Okay, so here we go. We just had Austin finish his turn. Before we go into that, let's take a look. Camilla's going to update us on what is going on in the other tables.
So we gotta screw that guy over, right?
We're gonna skip
All right, we have 3 other tables happening right now. First up at the Arnak table. So interesting strategies happening here. Typically we see people playing the base game here, running up that research track. We have 3
I am
different
so
players that
far
are right
behind
there
already.
just
You have
below
4
taking
people
the
on
first assistant, because we don't see a lot of assistants, the powerful ones that are out right now. So kind of a waiting game happening on that table. Moving over to the Dune Imperium Uprising. Cliff, he got a hook early on, so we're thinking maybe he's going into a worm strategy, but still very early
Yeah,
game
okay.
there.
We're all just
Not a
setting
lot
each other
happening
back.
before.
I'm
It'll
chilling.
be interesting to see as they start honing in on
he's-
I'm feeling
that.
awesome.
And then finally, at the
Yeah,
brass
he's-
table, each of the other three players outside of Nick, who was kind of considered the favorite in this game, got some instructions from prior winners and stuff. And it's been interesting because they're all following those instructors to the T. They're going heavily into the iron and beer. At this point, no industry has been built or put out on the board. So it's going to see who's going to be able to pivot the most and when does that pivoting start happening here soon. We'll follow up here in a little bit and let you know.
Okay, that is updating you on what is happening elsewhere here, because there are 3 other tourneys going on here.
Yeah, 4 semifinals to reach the 4 finalists of the World Series.
That's all right. So now we are still sitting here with Alex's turn here. All right. So then he's still figuring
He
this
picked
out.
the die already.
He did pick a die.
There's just 5 on the board.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Where did he drop that one?
No, he
No,
didn't.
No, he did.
He
Okay.
didn't.
So he's
Yeah,
just waiting. All
he
right.
did.
So trying to figure this out. All right. Austin having his coffee right there. What's your drink of choice when you sit at this table? Okay,
Well,
keep it good.
some water,
Water.
maybe some energy drink.
Okay, you mix that water with some coffee beans. What do you get?
3.
That's what you need to drink. Breakfast of Champions.
So he picked the 6. The three from the black
And
Okay.
bridge.
there. Just spend a seal.
All right. Into seal. So
I need
he's
to pay for the location.
So that's 3
Or
energy.
is the
3. So he's going to send to the training grounds then.
brain is.
Yeah, that's an interesting position because
3.
you've got those 3 different. You're only going to get 1 action there.
Yep.
So that right there makes it less
Samurai.
appealing unless you really need to go there.
Here.
And that's the color.
Yeah.
And
All
I'll
right, so he's
just do
jump to that second training ground then.
the 2 mother of pearl.
All right, so we only have Austin that's in that 3rd one. Alex went to that second training ground. All right,
And skipped.
yep, and he's off to Michael now.
So last move of the first round.
There we go.
Which means if Michael moves at least once in the passage of time, he knows in advance he's going to be first.
How important is that?
Hugely important.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Well, it might be in a specific die combination, but it's always important.
Okay,
Always important.
he
Yeah.
is looking at, where do you get that? Now he has his player board itself is available. I don't think he has.
For
passage of time on
example,
there.
If you remember,
Yeah.
Stanley's first move had a swing of 4 coins for Austin's first move that it was exactly the same. Stanley plays a 5 on an area of 3, receiving 2 coins,
Okay.
and Austin went there with a 3, paying 2 coins. So yeah, it's very important.
All right, so here we go.
Or white guy.
Michael's grabbing that.
Let's
So all the bridges will work.
here.
Every gardener is going
Spend a
to
dollar.
be achieved
okay.
once again.
Get a daimyo seal. Activate my lantern.
All right, so he's one.
Okay, so he's going to be first
Yep,
because his
Dollar.
lantern already has
passage of time on there.
on passage of time. Yeah.
All right, because it goes top down. If you're stacked like
Yeah,
that, it goes
yeah, and
top
then
down.
Joey, it's going to be a huge swing
Yeah,
because Michael moves from
see.
last to play to first to play.
yeah, and that's gonna be 2 turns in a row.
Yeah, the last word was his,
So it's the end of the
and
round,
it's done right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Do we upgrade up?
Update the turn order.
and we're going to have a kind of insane turn order. Yes, because there's no longer clockwise and they're jumping.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. You'll be jumping off.
Yeah, we're going to have
Farmers?
Michael and then
all
Austin,
right. I
then
activate
Stanley,
any of these,
and,
I'll
and then
activate
Alex,
the
right?
and Alex. Yeah.
3
Okay.
of any.
So it's going to be,
Let's do.
well, it's going to be very different,
Yeah.
especially for Michael.
Yeah.
Especially for Michael. And yes,
looking right now.
only Austin used
Let's do.
more than 3 characters. It steals Michael's turn,
Pearl.
but
Iron.
Hmm.
Uh,
was it first
so
round
much-
what you were expecting?
No, because but it's a different strategy than they use in the finals, then, which is interesting to see.
Yeah,
you know,
but the game invited to it.
exactly. That's what I like to see, especially the flop of the dice. You have so many variabilities when the board is built in this,
iron.
and so you have to be flexible in what you're going for, and they are.
And at this point, they didn't even start looking for the top card of the court.
Right.
But from the second round on, that card might be also important. Because this is very hard to reach on round.
Because he already took his first turn there of the.
Wild resources from.
All right, so
Either the bridges.
yep, they're getting their gardeners.
Okay.
Let's see, everybody except for Alex does not have. No, he does. He does not have a gardener out, does he? No, and
No. Yeah, no. On chat, we have Stans and. No, we have Nicholas that says that Stan's dead.
that Stan's dad is watching it then. Oh wow, that's awesome.
From there.
We'll make sure not to tell Stan. Make him a bit more nervous.
Yeah. The extra pressures. Who knows? Who needs it?
I'll take 3 as well.
Okay, they're
He's got to be
they're
proud.
preparing the
Proud of
second
Stanley
round. And let's hope to see a lot of cascade here. The second one.
Then remember, all these guys are already champions. That's the thing. They have already won the
Yeah, yeah,
games. So they've got the rings. They're here, and now this is for the finals.
I guess
Semifinals and
when you
finals.
get a ring, you're already on the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. That's the thing. You're already the best.
It can only get better.
Yep.
We're playing the game they want. In the game theory table.
Yep.
Gorgeous looking.
Stanley is checking this out now. He's looking. All right. Or he decided what he wants to get.
Oh.
Everybody. I'm gonna go back to the top.
Now there came the roll.
All right, here it is.
Let's see what games.
This is hugely important too.
Put up the first
Yes.
board.
Now, coin-wise, we've got
Especially for yellow.
There's another black.
and Austin down there because like Stanley's got 2 coins. Alex has a couple coins there too, which is going to be great to mitigate.
Just
See what the flop comes out
just
there.
around the marker.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Huge orange.
Mm-hmm. All right, orange has some wide swath of numbers there.
Okay. Somebody at home is saying that
You're picking
Michael is
Michael already.
ahead. Okay.
Again, you've got a good,
Great,
you've got a wide
great
gamut.
orange. But huge
I've had
variety
gems, so I gotta slam
on
it this time.
everyone.
Slam it.
Two.
All right.
4
I'm going
lanterns.
to This
And
Uh,
the first
I get
one.
Yep.
$2.
Now with
Station.
the greater lantern.
Yep. Michael's just sitting there.
I am going to
So get
do
coins and
the
so
courtesan
on.
action first. I am going to spend 2 pearls.
Yes. To move
Suppose.
up with the same guy,
Here.
saving coins
Did you
and
spend a
get the
seal on
wild one.
Spending a seed. I get this thing. This moves
All
down.
right.
The wild one.
There it is. He's got the wild
Yeah,
read.
that's
any?
freedom for your next
Let's
move.
get
It is.
iron. And 2 pearls.
Yeah, that's good having your personal board. That gives you some flexibility.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
It's really nice. You've got the training ground and you've
Do
got
the
those 3
lantern
wilds.
action.
Really wild
Which gets
for
me
the next ones.
$2.
I guess that's the dreamer's move.
1 more pearl.
Yeah.
Well, we need to ask them to that
then
to
Heron?
Isra and Shay.
And
But I guess yeah, that's the
I think
extreme.
that's all, if
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
Three wild ones.
Um,
is freedom.
I've done everything that I can. I think so.
For whoever is at home, remember that now turn order is not regular clockwise.
It's going to go according
So,
to the passage of time.
Next move is red, not blue.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, Austin, take a look at his move there. Let's go ahead and give you an ad for the WSBG coming up.
What's up, board gamers? Now you can compete in the World Series of Board Gaming from the comfort of your own home. Introducing Board Game Arena official tournaments, where you can win your way to WSBG 2026. Head on over to BoardGameArena.com and sign up for one of our free tournaments for a taste of the action. Plus, join the official WSBG group so you can be notified anytime a new tournament drops. There's no better way to practice for the main event. And hey, you want to lock in your 2026 spot at the best possible deal? Well, head on over to WSBGVegas.com and use the code EARLYBIRD at checkout for an exclusive limited time offer. Don't just watch the action. Come be a part of it. Your journey starts now. Visit WSBGVegas.com for more details.
Okay, we are back. I've got Aria joining me. Ricardo did step away. And Aria, you know White Castle pretty well, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Played
Okay.
like 30, 40 games.
Okay.
Momentum die.
All right, so right now we have got Austin.
Iron.
It's taken his turn there.
Spend.
Okay, so he went bottom right there, so he's only taken that one action then.
Yeah, I think in this spot, he's clearly lined up for the samurai, for the warrior action at 5, and that's the cheapest spot to go to it. He doesn't have that much money, so it's a resource he wants to conserve, and so that's the best spot for him to go to it while getting a lantern. So even though taking multiple actions would be nice, sometimes in White Castle you have like very specific actions lined up.
Right.
Like here he wants to trigger his personal domain, use his rice to farm, and so in that spot you just kind of have to go to whatever spot does it and maybe give up on a slightly more efficient action to execute your game plan.
That's good. Yeah, 'cause you're right, because he's given up getting multiple actions, but getting that one strong one that he needs to move forward.
Yeah, and the action he's taking here is so powerful.
It is.
right?
Getting that up there in that training field.
Yeah, so he's getting to take the training field, take his personal domain action, so he's getting 3 resources from that. Then he's getting to farm, spend money to take another personal domain action, take 3 more resources, take another farm action. So even while he's like technically only taken 1 action
Right.
with that die, he has taken 3 actions this turn, and like they're all really heavy point actions and all like getting a bunch of stuff off of his personal domain. So that was a massive move.
It was.
That's really going to matter for the course of this game.
Yeah, and the end game, I mean, getting people up in that top training ground is huge. That multiplier works great.
Yeah, there's like really a nice synergy here between the like farmers and the warriors in that top training ground, where when the top training ground it triggers a personal domain row, you really want to get a lot of farmers down,
Yeah.
so that a lot of
That's not
gardeners,
me.
so
I'm
that
yellow.
you can get a lot of metal from your personal domain to kind of like fund going back to that 5 iron training yard again and again. And so clearing out so many of his farmers early game like he has, getting 4 metal every time he takes a personal domain action, that really sets him up to have a very strong late game. And then all he's got to do to like lock up with getting that set up is just try and take as many courtier actions as possible in the last couple of rounds, get as many of his courtiers in the castle as possible.
Okay. And that's all it is. You're going to start seeing a lot of climbing in those coordinate actions, right? They're going to start trying to get up to that top area.
Yeah, very much so. That's going to be that's a pretty important part of the late game and source of points. There's really two kind of strategies for how you're going to get your late game points in White Castle. One is get as many points from the board as possible, which is what this is kind of playing to. You get all your farmers and a bunch of warriors. You get all the gardens, a bunch of warriors down early, like Red has, and then you get as many courtiers in at whatever level possible and kind of score maximum on-board points. And then we have the other end of this strategy, which is what we see Green doing, where you don't really worry about farmers that much, and instead what you're trying to do is get courtiers up to like level 2 in the castle, as quickly as possible, so that you can start getting some victory point cards in your lantern and get a lot of like victory points during the game, and maybe help the like 10, 15, 20 points you can get that way will sort of carry you to victory, even if you don't have as many on board.
Okay. It's interesting there, yeah. So,
alright.
right, so we have Stanley here. All right, he's taking the white and where he's placing it. Okay, so he's going for the double action up there. I think the top one, he is going to the courts then too.
I will.
And he looks like he has good resources to do that as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's the pretty clearly the strongest spot on the board.
Yeah.
That white die, you have you get to take 2 actions there, and the 2 actions are actually pretty strong. Like even the black die in the center lets you take 2 actions, but getting 1 passage of time is not that strong. But getting a lantern trigger is very strong.
It is.
And so being able to do that plus take a courtier action when you're set up for that is really good. You can even trigger those actions in any order. So he can
make it
add
do
1
one,
more
but you can
card to
still
his lantern
push
with the
your
courtier
one that you
action
have
first, and then trigger his lantern.
which is
And that's really strong for him. So being able to leverage that, having the resources set up to like leverage whatever the strongest action on the board is, very important part of White Castle. The game is really tactical in that way.
Okay, that's a good point. So he's probably going to do that then too. The courtier action first. See, resource-wise, I think he's able to bring one out and move it up. I think. Can't see his resources there, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't see how many coins he has. He might not have enough to.
Oh, he's got. Looks like he has 1 coin, unless he's got some other
Yeah.
screen there.
So he might not be able to pay to put a courtier in the castle at the start of the turn, but very often at this point in the game, like at the start of round 2, that's not even something you want to do. You want to actually move your courtier up from level 1 to level 2 instead to get that victory point card, and then you can like later worry about getting all your courtiers in the castle. You just want to get that level 2 card into your lantern as soon as possible to start churning victory points that way.
Okay, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to go up there and take that then. That's 3 wild resources going to give him later, and that's going to be big.
Yeah, that's huge. That's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, white action that's available on any of the cards. So being able to nab that, plus get a lantern trigger and take 2 actions, it's like very strong turn. Just a couple of like extremely strong turns we've seen from these players. Like round 1 was like a little bit setting up like a little more tame, but round 2 they've clearly got a lot going on, and really this is going to be like at this point I'd expect a pretty high scoring game for at least a few of these players, given how well their first couple of actions this round have gone.
Yeah, that's so that 3 wild so strong because that gives you options. You're never limited. It's going to give you, lets you kind of deviate.
Exactly. Like we saw Red have to take like a slightly inefficient action because the resources he had were 5 metal. He had to take whatever die let him use those resources. But being able to get 3 resources, you can just take whatever resources work with the strongest actions that are currently on the board. So you can sort of set up to make sure that whatever the most tactical move is, you can take advantage of it. You don't have to worry about being like constrained by the resources you already have.
Okay. Yeah, so Stanley, that's a good move there by Stanley.
And then I get to do lantern.
What's early in the game? You had to pick someone who's in a good position. You think it's too early to really tell?
I would say Austin Red is in a really good position
Just because of number of people
if
he's
he
got
is
now.
able to get his number of courtiers out. So he's definitely like the highest upside position where he's just gotten the most people down. He has the strongest personal domain, which matters a lot when there's 2 different personal domain actions on the board. So I'd say he's the favorite here at this point. But the thing about his setup is it's only high point scoring if he's able to get courtiers down. If he's able to get those courtier actions and get them into the castle to score points off his warriors. So it's like a very high volatility position where if he doesn't get the actions he needs, if he doesn't end up with the resources he needs, then despite having a really strong start, he just won't score a lot of points because he won't have any lantern points. His warriors won't score many. So he needs to leverage that, get that to work out. And if he does that, then he's in a fantastic position. But it's hit or miss whether he'll be able to do that in the last round. Particularly like in the later rounds, there's a lot of trying to block access from people, preventing people from having access to the exact actions they need to take with the resources they have. So if that ends up happening, I could see a way that this kind of falls apart. But if everything goes according to plan, I'd say he's the runaway favorite here.
Okay, that's interesting too. Playing at this level, blocking becomes a lot more important than it is playing at a casual level.
Yeah, very much so. I'd say like the level 1 of White Castle, like what it really takes to get competent is like you understand how to like you understand how to like play the game, like develop your strategy, and then like also like use your personal domain and such. Even that part is really complicated, really tricky. And then once you've done that, the next like level 2, the like higher level strategy is figuring out how to deny your opponents the ability to do that, how to like constrain their dice, make them pay more resources, make them pay more money, see what the gatekeeping points of their strategy are, and kind of target those bottlenecks. And honestly, a lot of these players, they've won rings in a bunch of different games. None of them won the White Castle ring. You don't play a game that is the ring you've won. So this is like White Castle was not any of their like route to get here, and despite that, they're managing to play at this extremely high level where we see them blocking farms like we saw in round 1, kind of planning around which farms are going to fire, doing a really good job developing their personal domain like while being cognizant of actions that are available. So really impressive, really good play from these players, despite like White Castle not being the game they got here with, still managing to like take advantage of this really high level strategy. So they're playing really well.
Yeah. All right, so we do have Alex's turn here. He's trying to figure this out, where he's going to go. All right. The stress of this, something you're going to second guess forever, you know?
Yeah, White Castle is such a difficult game. There's always so many options, and afterwards you're always like, well, this sequence of 6 different actions I could have taken instead of this sequence of 5 different actions I took might have gotten me possibly 2 more points, and maybe that'll be the difference. Like there's a lot of thin edges, and there's a lot of like really complicated chaining that makes it hard to tell like whether you're leveraging those edges, whether what you did was exactly optimal or not. It's a really difficult game, so it's impossible to know.
Yeah, and you think several steps ahead, not only in the game, but in whatever the cascading of what die you place out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like every action you take has implications both for your next several turns, but also implications for everyone else at the table's next several turns. And you really have to consider that a lot when choosing your plays.
Yeah, the chat did mention it'd be interesting to see how many people entered the White Castle at the tournament, but did not end up winning it. So which one it is one of their stronger games, but it's always interesting because you can enter the tournament like White Castle, but lose, and that one win a different one, and then you end up playing this in your finals, which is an interesting way to come together. All right, so Alex has chosen one.
Let's go here. 4.
Okay, so he's placing a gardener out. He says it's a really big deal to get those out early.
Yeah, so it was pretty awkward for them. They didn't end up having good access to get the gardeners out early. Sometimes with like sort of a courtier warrior setup, you can try and like ignore gardens mostly, get your points from like victory point cards and get your points from just your multiplier on your warriors and your courtiers. But on a setup like this, where where personal domain actions show up several times, gardeners are your main resource. Are the things you need to get off your board to be able to get metal from your personal domain to get iron. And so when you do that, you need to when you do that, you need to make sure that the personal domain actions you're taking with your level 5 warriors are actually getting you resources back to use, which means to take more warrior actions, which means you have to get gardeners down at some point in the game to like get to your ceiling. So even though we didn't see earlier gardeners from Austin this game, I think it's really important to get them down at some point. So I like this. I like the trying to aggressively get gardeners down sort of in round 2, even if you didn't in round 1, just to make sure that your personal domain is stronger for those warrior and courtier actions you're taking.
That makes sense. That's now okay. So I did find out Austin is the only one that entered the White Castle tournament. So he did enter this knowing that's one of his stronger games. So that's interesting to see why he has so many like warriors on the board. He went right up that top left, which is something those higher level White Castle guys try to do.
Yeah, that's so.
Because the multipliers.
Yeah, the 2x multiplier on that action is like really important. It's something you want to leverage a lot, and like frequently what ends up happening is people have a lot of warriors down there, even if the actions are really weak. Like the blue, even if the blue action there is like pretty awkward, it's like place another warrior or something else that's not that strong. You still end up with people like the strong players will still end up with a lot of people down there by the end of the game. And this time the action is not weak. Personal domain, if you know how to leverage it, is the strongest blue action in the game by like a pretty decent margin.
Really?
So having such a strong, because it has the potential to give you a full action plus a bunch of resources instead of just one action, which is what a lot of those other blue side warrior tiles are. So really strong action to try and leverage, and Austin recognizing that and being able to go there over and over again. Like I would expect in this game, you want to spend you want to end this game, if possible, with 4 warriors in there at least.
Right.
Like that's like the gold standard. That's what you want to. That's what your like ideal situation is. Either 4 or 5 warriors there, and I would be shocked if that doesn't end up being the case for. If that doesn't end up being the case for Austin. The only world in which I could see that not being the case is if he needs to take, say, the 3 iron spot, because that's the only way for his warrior action to chain into a courtier action, which are, I think, the main thing he's bottlenecked on right now, is ability to place courtiers in the castle.
Which is what we saw in the finals. Like you said, those warriors hitting that. You know, that's 4. So we did find out Stan and Alex entered the Terraforming Mars, and then Michael entered Dune. That's kind of where these guys are coming from. Or Stanley winning Terraforming Mars, Michael winning Dune. Alex entered Terraforming Mars, said it's the strongest, but ended up winning Splendor.
If we don't, we lose.
All right, so we've got right now. It's Michael's turn.
All right. And I think.
Yeah, interesting to see the different strategies out there. All right, he's taking a lower die. He's going to fire that lantern off. And this is the point in the game where your lantern, I mean, when you fire that off, that's a lot of stuff you can get.
Yeah, it's starting to like definitely add up, particularly for Michael, who had that starting extra coin in his lantern,
Yeah.
as part of his starting card. What's really nice is that once you get to this point in the game, once you start getting multiple coins from your lantern, you start sort of having the freedom to take the bottom die whenever you want to, because what happens is you have enough coins coming from your lantern that you can just, whenever you trigger your lantern by taking the bottom die, you kind of get the coins to be able to pay for taking a bottom die again in the future, and that sort of keeps cascading. So once you get your lantern built up, like last 4 or 5 actions, you frequently see players take the bottom die for every single one of them because they've got enough coins in their lantern to pay for it over and over again.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, looking down at Austin, he's in a great position, but his lantern isn't great.
Yeah, that's definitely the risk of going for these whole like play to the board warrior and gardener for strategies, where he's got a lot of resources, he's got a lot of people down, but he doesn't have a good lantern. And as a result, he's not going to have a lot of sources of coins. He clearly recognized just going for the 3 coins farm, going for the 3 coins garden in the bottom left.
Right.
Because he realizes that no not having any courtiers down is going to make his lantern weaker, going to give him less coin production. But yeah, that's definitely like a pretty big bottleneck. Is if you go into the late game without those courtiers, that's like another axis on which you can start like losing the ability to take certain actions because you just don't have enough coins to pay for them. You don't have enough coins to pay to put courtiers in the castle over and over. You don't have enough coins when other people place high dice and try and block you. So yeah, like I said, really high upside strategy from Austin, but also pretty high volatility, and he's got to make sure to execute well in these last few rounds to make sure it doesn't go wrong.
Yeah. But it's all these different strategies coming together here. All right, so Michael's finished his turn. He's going over to Austin. So, all right, we got the flop there.
And that's a really strong card to take with a courtier action if you can, for someone who's positioned to take that. The well in this game is quite strong. 2 resources plus a seal is just one of the stronger wells you can have. The resources in this game are also really good. Iron is really important because of how strong the 5 iron warrior action in the top left is. So really strong wells. So any white action that gives you that is something that's pretty strong to take. And then those 2 victory points, that stuff really adds up.
It does.
It feels like not very much, and you don't want to spend whole actions just getting victory points. But if you can get it incidentally with a strong action, that's really, really good. Particularly because then you get those two victory points, and you get this level 2 courtier card in your personal domain that's going to go into your lantern later, and that's going to start giving you more victory points when you get that in your lantern. So like all that stuff really cascades, definitely plays to like a very specific strategy.
That's good. Like you said, those points aren't as important, but if you get them passively, then yes. Yeah. All right, so he is... All right, yeah, he's going for that then.
Yeah, and
now he's firing he's getting his lantern more powerful too.
And this is an indicator of just how strong that card and that action is, right? You generally, particularly when you're trying to maximize number of courtiers you get down, maximize like resource gaining from your lantern so you can keep taking courtier actions, you will frequently prioritize starting with a lower level courtier card to start getting coins in your lantern, spend less resources so you can keep taking courtier actions. But yeah, Austin just recognizing how strong that card is and going out of his way to acquire it, paying the extra pearls just so that he can get that action, get in his personal domain, and be able to take that again in the future.
So you have the good flop there. Looks like you've got the gardener action on bottom, and you've got, I think that's some other pearl, the pearl and the lantern at the top and the flop on that one.
Yeah. Any lantern action that gives you
Especially at this point in the game.
yeah, any whiteboard action that gives you lantern starts to get really strong as you go into the late game, because that's just going to be a bunch of points, and that's a lot of what you can get out of a whiteboard action once you start having all these personal domain triggers that are sort of meeting all your resource needs.
That is passage of time, I guess, is what the top one is. All right, so he's deciding to go Stanley's going for the well down there. Looking like. You said that's a strong action. Right now, the well.
Yeah. The well is one of the stronger wells you can take. Sometimes you have like 1 or 2 coins in the well, and it ends up being like a pretty embarrassing action to take because you're not getting a lot of resources for it. But yeah, when you can get a bunch of resources, it becomes a much more palatable action to take as like sort of your main source of getting coins in this game.
Yeah, Stanley's got a lot of iron there to start using.
I think now it's
He's got a wide swath of resources.
Yeah, so just I think at this point you're just setting up to get a bunch of coins so that you can start using those resources. We saw what Austin did earlier this age, where he kind of chained a personal domain action into a farm, into another action, and that is really strong to do, but does take a lot of coins. So we're kind of seeing Stanley set up to have a bunch of coins to be able to take that sort of chaining action where you place 3 people on the board in the same turn or something like that.
But he's ready. Okay, he's just maxed out on his iron there.
Yeah, something
Okay.
I want to call a little bit of attention to is the way the gardens are set up here, where we talked about a little earlier. Personal domain, extremely strong action to trigger, something you really want to like get as often as possible. So that bottom right garden with personal domain, that's really strong garden to trigger if you can trigger it, if you can pay for it. And we know that Austin will be able to pay for it if that farm fires, because there's also the 3 coin farm right next to it that he's already on. So at this point, the other players have got to start thinking about, okay, do we want to take the white dice even though they're bad just to block that action?
We still
Yeah.
That's like one of the advantages of being later in turn order is you get less good options for like where your dice go. You get less good options in terms of like premier spots. But what you do get is a lot more control over which farms fire each round. And so the latter 2 players are probably going to be thinking about whether they want to start taking those white dice, because neither of them have any gardeners in the bottom below the bottom bridge.
So it wouldn't hurt them
it's
to
pretty free for them to take those dice as long as they have a place to put them.
And that bottom right allows him to fire off one of his rows there.
Yeah.
Personal board.
Yeah, so I would not be surprised to see Austin sort of spending his next turn making sure that if that bridge does fire, he has the ability to take a really powerful personal row action. Like generally, like get a bunch of resources, place at least one person. I think Austin will probably be trying to turn that into get a bunch of resources and most importantly, trying to find a way to put a courtier down, because that's the thing that he most needs to get points at this point. And so, yeah, if he maybe is able to take a courtier action, get another courtier action in his personal domain, so that if that bridge fires, he can like take yet another courtier action. If he does that, if he gets 2 more courtier actions off between his next turn and the end of age 2, like bridges firing, if he's able to get all of that happening, I think he's a runaway favorite to get this game. So I think sort of for the other players, that's kind of where the target is right now. That's kind of what you've got to be looking to prevent, is making sure Austin at most manages to get 1 more courtier action off, if not 0, and then use that to sort of like gatekeep him on that and make sure his warriors don't score too many points.
Yeah, because Austin, that position down there, he can, if he wants to, he can go ahead and get personal domain into the training grounds, which is crazy, and then get a second row and get his iron back.
Yeah, he
which
can
is
personal.
huge.
Yeah, that's massive, right? Because he gets a personal domain into the training row, to get yet another warrior 5 action. Notably, gets all the pearls he needs to gets all the mother of pearl he needs to take multiple courtier actions after. Then he can trigger his middle row. He can get all the iron back. He will notably also get 2 victory points from that, so starting to climb up on that track despite not having that much of a lantern built up, and sets himself up to take another personal domain action maybe during the between ages when the farms fire, and that action can again take yet another warrior action. Maybe that warrior action can sort of go to the 3 iron spot, take a white die that's a courtier action, be a way to sort of get a second courtier in, and then use that to, in the next stage, just spend 3 actions getting 3 courtiers down. He will already have 5 warriors down, and that's pretty much like maxed out scoring. That's going to be like, I think we'd be looking at upwards of like 80 points, I would expect, if that's what he manages to do.
This one, I touched it, so we're doing it.
All right, so Alex is taking the black die there,
We're gonna go
and
there, so I have to pay.
all right, he's gonna pay a coin there. He's gonna fire those off, which means he's gonna go ahead and start moving up that court. I think he's also gonna get the passage of time there.
Yeah, and he's very much looking to do more of a like courtier, build up your lantern strategy. We see he's already put 2 cards. We see he's started with Rice in his lantern, I think, which is not ideal for this strategy, but does let him take some like powerful farm actions like he did at the start of this round, and then using that to sort of like set up for a powerful late game with a lot of victory points. So
Okay.
I think he's pretty well set up for that, but yeah, it's sort of like, it's really hard for these strategies to race just being able to get 5 warriors out like Austin is doing. So he kind of needs to like optimize every move, make sure he gets like the maximum number of points possible from this, because the strategy is sort of like less well set up on this board than the warrior strategy is with all the personal domain rows.
Yeah, that's just, it's maximize every move is what this is all about. Now, who can catch Austin at this point? Because Austin, again, his lantern's not big, but his personal board, he's going to be getting a lot of stuff when those things fire off. So at this point, who do you think can catch Austin? Because he seems to be pulling ahead there as far as training grounds and multiple places on the board. Who
So-
can catch up with him?
So I definitely think something needs to go wrong for Austin to lose this game, but something going wrong is entirely within reason, given, other players can work to make that go so. It's not entirely within Austin's control. The player I'd say who has the best chance of catching him is Michael in yellow, just by virtue of having a very different strategy. The people who are kind of competing on the same axis are going to have a hard time catching Austin. We see Stanley sort of also playing a somewhat similar strategy, having put down some warriors, not that many courtiers, and just trying to take some powerful personal domain actions. He's doing pretty well in an abstract, but he's sort of doing the same thing Michael is, and is pretty far behind on that axis right now. Doing the same thing Austin is, and pretty far behind on that, so it's kind of hard to catch up when you're doing the same strategy but are behind. Whereas Michael is going for the very much the other strategy, is going for the extremely courtier-centric strategy, and he's really well set up for that. He's about to get a second victory point card in his lantern, all within age 2. So he's the person I could see sort of catching up to Austin if he's able to get a bunch of warriors down to score points from all the courtiers he has in, and maybe trigger his lantern. I'd say 5-6 more times this game, maybe even more than that, and that's gonna give him as many as 10-12 victory points from that alone, more victory points from cards he's taking. That stuff will really add up, and that can sort of make up the on-board deficit against Austin. But definitely tall order and has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, now Michael just spent a lot of his iron. Stanley has still got a lot of iron down there to use. Now, all right, so now we are going to Austin, see what his move is going to be. He is sitting good. Gardner still, they're going to fire off. Those dice are still there.
This because I did that.
Whereas
That-
now,
that's also a lantern
And you got
trigger.
the flop
That
happening
is also a
here.
lantern trigger.
Is it too late to do it?
Card has been passed. It's up to players at the table.
I didn't double lantern when I did this.
So you get the lantern, and then you
Yeah, I
have to wait.
picked this to get lantern and coin. I didn't get that lantern.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so now Alex is realizing he missed a lantern action, and the other players are allowing him to use it now because he did not double lantern when he went there
Yep.
to the top goal, which is great. These players want to win, and they want to win the right way, which is great to see. You don't want to win on something like that.
Yeah, this is very much really what draws me to World Series of Board Games.
Right.
Is just how wonderful the people have been, how much yes, they're competing, yes, they're some of the best in the world at this, but they also want to play as good a game as possible.
They want to beat you at your best.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is a big thing, which is great. They gave Alex that other move that he had forget. So the double lantern's easy to forget because you get into that cascading, and then you forget you get to do it a second time.
Exactly.
All right, so now Austin, who's sitting in a good position. All right, so he's taking that bottom right. Again, like you said, that is one, you only get one action, but it's all to your strategy. So looks like he's going to the training grounds again.
Yeah.
Is that, okay, so he's just wanting to get everything up there.
Yeah, and I wanna mention that the thing that he's doing in the training he's doing here that's really powerful is he's getting a lot of
He's firing that off again.
yeah he's getting a lot of coins from this action, right? That's sort of the thing he's bottlenecked on right now. Courtier actions cost a lot of coins,
Right.
and beyond that, on top of that, sort of the warrior actions kind of leave you in a the warrior actions sort of leave you in a spot where you don't build up your lantern. So coins are the main bottleneck, particularly if you're looking to fire off your farms between rounds, and which is looking quite possible here for Austin. And given that you really want to take actions that let you get a bunch of coins, so yeah, managing to take a warrior action and get 3 coins from placing the die is huge for him here.
But he's also, because you went up there, he's firing off his personal domain, and he's got that stacked at this point. He's getting those iron, he's getting,
Slightly cooked there.
wow.
Yeah.
Again, he knows that cascade. Every time he hits that training ground, he's firing those off.
Yeah,
That's
and
a good engine.
at this point we are looking at a full this is just going to be a full 9x multiplier on his number of courtiers in the castle for sure. Unless he gets in a spot where the only way he can take a courtier action is by using a white die, he's going to trigger his personal domain once more at some point this game. And that's just going to be 9 times each courtier he gets in. So when each courtier you're placing is at least 12 points, because the courtiers themselves are at least inherently worth 3 points by being in the castle.
right.
When each action is worth like 12 points, we're looking at 36 points in the last round alone. Just from those actions, not even considering like sort of the cascades where he's probably going to try and take that top farm into like the top right, like 9-point farm into a courtier action at some point. You're just getting so many points in the last in the last round that as the other players, you sort of got to find ways to block him. Otherwise you're in a lot of trouble.
You got to take one of those dice at the bottom too, the white dice. I think somebody's got to pull that, because if he fires that off, that's going to be powerful too.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what the blue and players, what the blue and green are both thinking about in this spot is whether they can take the white die, because it's sort of like it's a tough spot, right? You wanna make sure that Austin doesn't run away with the game, but you also don't want to take an action that leaves you with no chance of winning the game. You gotta make sure that you are still taking actions that leave you live, and so whether or not they can afford to take those dice is like pretty unclear at this point, and is a really big deal, because without it, Austin gets like a massive advantage. Another personal domain, I think, really big here. He won't even need to spend an action in the final round on that warrior. He'll just get to do it between ages, and that will let him sort of be really set up to just take courtier actions in the final round, or farm into courtier actions on some turns.
That's
I don't think.
Stanley's trying to figure out now what to do.
If you only pay $2, you could. Which
Yeah, I think he's got one coin though. Stanley does. Okay, so he takes that. He takes that to pay 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot, right? Where you know that green in the 4th seat can definitely take one of those dice, because he triggered double lantern last turn. He has a lot of coins. He's going to be able to take it if you set him up to take it. But taking
need to just stop him.
either of those dice when you have when you're like low on coins and really need to take like really need to set up farms to get a bunch of points, that makes it pretty that makes taking that 3 like pretty impossible. You need to go to a specific spot. I don't believe there was even a way to go to warrior action at all with that 4, so with a white die, so kind of like priced into taking a black die for Stanley there, and then once you do that, it doesn't matter whether or not there's another white die is taken. Those bridges are firing, and you're in trouble here. You just got to make sure you maximize your own score. Maybe try and somehow manage to get a bunch of your own warriors down with personal domain actions as well, and then sort of get to a spot where you can, in the last round at least, maybe compete with Stanley a little bit compete with Austin a little bit on the action. You are going to be on that axis. You are going to be a little bit behind, but maybe try and get victory points or some other way you can sort of keep up.
Yeah, Alex did say earlier, he goes, I think I can only take the white 3, so you'd have to take the white 1. Or I'm not taking the white.
Exactly.
Again, that didn't-
Exactly.
And now at least Stanley will get to capitalize on that action as well. But yeah, so he was like, it's no use for me to, like you said, I would be blocking, but it's not beneficial to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can't just play defense.
Yeah, you got to make sure, like, all these players are playing to win, right? No one is playing for second place here.
Yeah.
And you got to find you got to take the route that is like 1% for you to win over the route that is 90% for you to get second, right? Every single time.
Yep.
And so that involves getting themselves into a position where they can at least score enough points to win in the last round. And that means taking the strong action here, not completely like hamstringing yourself just to like kind of prevent someone's bridges from firing.
So then I guess I'll take food instead. Pearl. So you guys.
All right, so let's see. Who is ending this round then? Is that going to be... All right, so after Alex is going to end this round after him.
Yeah.
I've never played a full game
Uh,
of this. But
Then they're gonna have to fire off their gardeners.
Yeah. And
dice
normally,
of this
last
last
player manages to get a good deal of control over exactly which bridges fire. But this is the rare spot where Alex has no options. He has there's 2 dice on each bridge. So those are the bridges that are firing. The gardens under those bridges are what will happen this round. There's nothing you're doing about it. It is what it is.
Yeah,
So at this point, you just gotta try and
What's
block.
best for you, right?
Sorry.
Are you saying that doing what's best for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so at this point, what you got to do is you got to make sure you are well set up in that last round. And I think at this point, the main way to beat Austin is sort of blocking actions. That's really beneficial at this point. That's kind of the one way this game can fall apart. If he just does not have the ability to place more than 1 or 2 courtiers because enough of the actions are blocked, then he starts to sort of get into real trouble.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, you're right. Just not a lantern.
So Alex is.
There.
All right, he's going right there, so he's going to put his gardeners out. Because again, like you said, he knows the round's about to end. He wants to get in that as much as he can.
Yeah, so something you're going to be thinking about in Alex's spot is whether or not you can get enough initiative to sort of jump Austin on that track. Like, part of the problem with the whole blocking Austin plan is it's very difficult to do if Austin goes before you.
Right.
So-
Right.
So you really want to try and like get initiative in the last round. The last round turn order is maybe the most important turn order in the entire game. Because that's the turn in which once you start to get to the last player, you can very specifically block exact actions because you know the board is not going to change between you and them. And so like if you're last going in that last round, you're kind of in a lot of trouble. If you're second last, you can still be in a good deal of trouble because actions can be blocked by the players in front of you. So you really want to try and get initiative if possible. But I just don't think Alex is going to have the resources here to take actions that let him get initiative. I don't think he could afford to take a lower die with all the actions he wants to take.
Right.
So he couldn't get initiative that way. He only has 1 seal. He can't really afford to be spending that as well if he's looking to trigger a bunch of personal domain actions and get value there. So between those 2 things, he's kind of in a spot where he's forced to take a higher die. He's forced not to get initiative. And that leaves Austin in second seat with, I believe, going into the last round, we'll have 5 warriors down, 4 farmers down, or 4 of the 5 warriors at the 5 iron spot, a ton of resources, Pearls to take as many courtier actions as he wants, and it's going to be his game to lose at this point.
Right.
It's just, can he get those courtiers down? Unless he gets really unlucky, given how well he's played this game, I think he can try and leverage the position to sort of end up in a spot where he can guarantee himself 3 courtier actions, and that should be enough to clinch the game. While the other players have played really well, we'll be able to try and block him. I mean, we've seen them talking about blocking his bridges firing, really like doing next level strategy like that. They're still only going to be able to do so much against an experienced player familiar with the game who knows what the ways are to sort of get around that.
Yeah.
Literally just learned Raw like last night, but I wanted to do that one.
Yeah. So he's got.
Just seemed fun. Okay.
All right. So Alex has actually finished up his turn, which is the end of the second round. So we have one final round, and before we get to that last final round, we do have Z here, which is going to give us an update on the other semifinals that are going on. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Z.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. It's Joey Seth bringing you a little bit of an update on what's going on. I've got brass news here that just ended the end of Canal era, and the scores are pretty high actually. We've got Jim with 30 points. We had Nick, who is, I'll remind you, the favorite at the table. All the other players sort of going into it thinking Nick's the favorite here. He has 34 points. Mike with 38, and then Daniel, tremendous 51 points. Again, very high scoring for the end of Canal era there and that scoring. Dune Imperium, we mentioned earlier that Cliff had gotten a hook. He was planning likely to go for a worm strategy. Well, now we've got RJ with a hook as well. And they are both, RJ and John actually are both tied currently at 4 points. So that is the standing of the game. And then we've got Lost Ruins of Arnak about halfway through the game on that one. They've explored deep into the jungle now, though there are a lot of Guardians still out there. They haven't cleared a lot of Guardians out of the way. And we've got Henry leading the push towards the bonus tiles at the top on the sideboard there. And we've got Andrew with 2 assistants, including a gold assistant. Everybody else, many of the other players, 2 of them in fact, only have 1 assistant, with 1 other player having 2. But Andrew clearly having the lead there with the assistants, including an upgraded assistant on the gold side. And that's what's going on in the other games. Let's go ahead and jump back to White Castle.
All right, and we're back. I know what you're thinking. Joey just got a lot more handsome and charismatic, but no, I'm stepping in for Joey's capable shoes. And Ricardo, you're back with me.
Yeah, I'm back. Let's see what happens at this final round. Hassan already at almost an empty board. Personal board is...
It really is, and I guess that's kind of the situation we're at here.
Well,
At this point in the game, you have somebody that seems to be so clearly ahead.
It is.
Spend
How much of this is going to be the
coins.
players trying to kind of collude to?
Well,
Sorry.
let's see. That's a hero game, which means
Yes.
it doesn't
Trigger
matter
any
how it
die
happens
action.
at the last point. So
this
it just matters
war
how it
here.
ends.
Correct, yeah.
And
Go
it's
here.
nice to see that the first player
Get
after 2 turns is now the
$5.
last player. So
Yes, that's very true.
Stanley moves from first to last in just 2 rounds.
Did you spend your iron?
Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you.
Yay. Well,
Payment,
at this
spread
point,
the
it
bottom
seems
one,
that
get 1 back.
Austin
We'll
has
do
the
personal
game
domain action. I'll do the bottom row, which will be
extremely controlled, let's say.
That's right,
a
yeah.
seal.
Pardon.
We'll
2
we'll never
points,
know.
and
That's
I'm
the
green.
magic of the dice tower.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see at the dice tower what happens
That is correct.
with the
Yeah.
White Castle.
Right now, we're still doing Gardner.
Yeah, they're doing
Super
their.
seal.
We're left on the bridge, orange and
Yep.
white.
Like 1 wild.
And
Just the
resource.
midsection get empty of die over there.
Right. And Austin has, he has his
Pearl.
Yeah, it's
Gardner's out there, so he's going to benefit from those as
outrageous
well.
the way it is. And full of resources
what we
anyway,
got.
so he can do anything he wants on that 3rd round.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Join
it's
the
really,
party.
it's almost going to have to be a situation where some very specific series of events will have
Yes.
to take place to even make it possible for
That's
Austin
it.
to, you know what I mean? He's put himself in such a powerful position right now.
But anyway, player
Don't
1
use a
and
diamond
2
seal for
at the beginning of the game, so Stanley and Austin, they have
actions are
their
optional,
personal board full of
Could use
resources,
the
Yep.
diamond
while
seal,
the other
but does
2
not
at this
have to.
point doesn't seem in the same way. So
on
we can
Pearl,
see
get
that
Pearls to do
Michael
it's armor
has
for 1.
a lot of
What am I gonna
meeples on the
take?
personal
5
board and also the fewest resources. So
money then?
he seems to be in the worst situation. So
Yeah,
if there's somebody that can have a final word in the game, it might be Stanley
Stanley.
and Alex.
Yeah.
Alex was the money making in the beginning.
Yeah.
Not so strong on money right now.
right.
He spent a lot.
So you competed in White Castle?
So let's see the value of each die for those
nice.
breach.
Oh, that's so
Exactly. That's going to be,
Yeah.
and again, in this case, we're looking for something out of the ordinary.
Yes.
Honestly, something that could
No one
potentially-
wants a semifinal of the World Series playing the straightforward path,
Yeah,
because that's something that anyone can do.
sure.
If you study the game, you do that. They need to add up something to their personal game to
Correct.
to achieve an extra level like that.
Well,
And
and
they're playing for $1,000.
yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, leading into the 3rd round, you're hoping to kind of realize what you've been building towards, right? Because this is the round where you're hoping to get some payoff based on what you've been building throughout.
Yep. Okay, so the black are not so strong,
Yeah,
and it seems
3/4 chance.
the lantern orange is the best, but it's a 2 anyway.
yeah,
The range of black die is extreme, so there's a 1, there's a 6, there's no midsection.
no.
white is a safe pass. There's 4 5s, which means a white 5 for anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed.
That's guaranteed. They're 4-play tables, so 4, it's guaranteed anyway.
Yeah. And so the players were just laughing about how Austin played White Castle in the tournament. And Michael said, "Oh, how nice. That's nice for you." So, yeah, I think, at this point, if you're one of the other players, try to put yourself in the mind of one of the other players other than Austin right now. What are you potentially thinking? I mean,
I'm thinking that each member of the court that Austin moves up, it's worth 9 points plus the score of each level.
Right.
Because he has 4 multipliers at the level 5 of Iron and 1 at level 1, so it means 9 multipliers.
Right.
Each member of the court he puts over there, it doesn't matter where it goes, it's 9 points.
Right.
Plus the points of the level on the court, that it's at minimum 3.
Right.
Because the entrance level gives you a point, but it doesn't multiply
Correct.
from the training fields.
Right.
Another thing that it's just peanuts, let's say 3 points, but Austin also has the second strongest passage of time score, so he's scoring 3 points, while blue and green, there are the catch-up guys,
Sure.
they haven't.
Right.
They didn't cross the first level, so it's 3 extra points gap. It seems that it's going to be a massive win for Austin at this point.
It seems that way. If you're Michael, what could you potentially do? Is there any path to victory?
Well, the personal board of Michael is it's not so good. Stanley's board is balanced,
Yeah.
which means there's no combo available for him. It seems really hard for any one of them to reach Austin.
And let me ask you this. You look at the players on the screen here, right? Leading into the final round of this semifinal game.
Oh my god.
The demeanor of the players, to me, almost speaks to the fact that they almost all realize what's happening.
I guess they all realize, even if you see Austin's body posture,
Yes.
it seems that he is completely comfortable with the game.
relaxed.
The other ones are already cheering him.
Yep.
But anyway, once again, it seems to me that White Castle is impressive hero game.
Yeah.
So you will only know when the game finally ends.
That's absolutely right. Well, and the thing is, again, we've mentioned, players at this level, they're certainly out of respect, if nothing else, for the other players at the table. They're going to give it their very best, right? Even if they know that they're very unlikely to
That's
win.
it.
What they probably see at this point is that Austin has played about as good a game as you can play. There's respect for him, right? And so they're going to give it their best shot. But I think they all, going into this last round, know, hey, look, we all kind of know what's happening here.
Yes.
Let's see how it plays out. We're all going to take all of our turns very seriously. But there's this collective, I think, around the table of, my goodness, Austin, what an amazing game you've played so far.
It is. And if you look at the board, you can see that he's second to play, because Red is second to play.
Yeah,
And he needs to put guys on the court.
correct.
And by now, reading the board, he can place twice assured.
Okay.
So there's the second card, the mid card at the ground level allows you to go to the court, and you can stack twice.
Right.
Apart from that, at the bottom right, you can also stack, and both areas gives you access to the court.
Yeah.
So there's 6 places for members of court in the board right now. There can be more if cards change.
Sure.
There can be less if that second card goes out.
Right.
So what Austin needs to do is using that card as soon as possible. Because if he uses that card with a player count of 4 players, he knows that all the places at the bottom right, at least one will be empty for him,
Right.
and he can strike twice over there.
Okay.
And striking twice over there is at least 9 points twice,
Yeah.
plus at least 3 points twice.
Okay.
And
Wow.
he has that pearl. He has at least the pearl to go there once.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
he has twice assured because he has 2 mother pearls, and he has 4 seals. And with those 4 daimios, he can transform them into mother pearls to move up once again on the board.
Okay, so that's
And with those 99, 18, 3 and 3, 6, 18 and 6, 24
points.
points is the final word on the game. There's no way out. Nobody will be able to face that. So, as previous said by Area, nobody plays for second place.
Right.
But anyway, there's more second place in discussion here than the winning. Of course, it's not assured. Of
course.
Never know. But it seems to be a nice fight for the second position.
Sure. And as you mentioned, as cards potentially cycle, that could change things a bit. But Austin is clearly in the power position here. It's going to be interesting to see how it all kind of plays through in this last round.
It is, and it's also kind of original, or at least out of what's usual for us, because he has the worst lantern possible.
Oh, I
If you
know.
see,
It's
there's
amazing.
only an extra card over there to give him a move on the
Right.
passage of time,
Yeah.
and nothing else. All the others have it huge. Even yellow, of course.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
He's ahead on the turn order. We know that Michael is playing for that lantern, but it's just a single step ahead of Austin in the passage of time.
Right.
And right now, we know that Michael cannot move for the extra level, while Austin can. Because to move to the next level on the passage of time, you need 2 seals.
Right.
Michael has 1,
Right.
while Austin has 4.
4.
So it seems that Austin is ahead and has the wild card on his hand.
Yeah, it's impressive. Okay, so he just sent someone to the gates. Is that correct?
No, it's just the first die to be picked. So it was Michael,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
and he picked that 2 to his personal board.
That's what it is. Got it.
So a lot of income, and he's going to be able to pay the daimyo seal. He already laid it down. It's under the image of him, but it's already on the board. So he has that daimyo seal, and he's going to do the action.
Yep. Stanley's his body language there is interesting.
I think he's searching for inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah. Close the eyes, try to rest,
Yeah. Relax.
relax,
Right.
control the pace, the heartbeat,
Yeah.
and maybe came back for the final word.
Yeah.
That's what he's now waiting for.
Right.
We know he moved from first to last at player order.
Right.
So we can watch the other players move.
Sure.
And we know already he's going to have the final word in the game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Last move is his.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you the thing that as a casual White Castle player that surprised me the most is I almost always have found that in the games that I've played, the people that had the best lantern setup were usually the people that were tough to beat, right? And so to be in the position that Austin is with, really nothing going on the lantern, is really surprising to me, again, as a casual player.
We also have, it was said that Michael and Stanley and Alex, they're trying to catch up Austin.
Yeah.
But we also see that Stanley is the single one with no points at all,
Right.
while the other ones already have 6 points.
Yep.
So it's another range of 6 points
Yeah.
between them. So
That's also
his body language says a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says.
Okay, here we go. Very decisive play. Not surprising.
Yes. It's his turn, and his head is taking. he's being taken by his hand.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he's more or less thinking in which games are still suitable for the final.
Okay, yeah. Well,
We know
again,
it will depend on the winners of the other semifinals.
Sure.
Because they cannot play the game they played
That's correct.
in the first part of the tournament.
So if Austin wins, then the final cannot be Heat or the White Castle. of
Okay.
course. Or White Castle, Brass, Arnak, or Duke.
Yeah, because those are the games that are
That's
played
correct.
at the semifinals.
That's
so
correct.
we know it already.
So yeah, so a lot of things will be eliminated
Yeah.
with this. Yep.
So we went for the move we were
Expecting.
expecting. Not the way we were expecting, because parts changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he went over there. Also got a combo.
Let me ask you this.
Tell me.
Earlier in the game,
Mm-hmm.
as Austin is clearly taking the power position for his personal domain, do you think the other players maybe did not react to that? Do you think that they were they fulfilling their own strategies, or do you have to ever get to a point where you see that somebody is doing something at such a powerful level that you have to respond to that in kind?
There's two situations. The first of them is they might haven't seen it done.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have passed
Snuck
out
up on them.
of their way.
Yeah.
And the other way is that they're so focused on their own game that
Right. Yeah, so that's the card that was just put in. Yeah.
Okay, so now it's Green's turn, which means let's see what Alex does. The Splendor guy.
Yeah. 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 So
Okay.
apparently there was discussion around the table about blocking the white bridge from activating,
Yeah, there was.
but it would have set them too far back.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to balance between what's good for you and what's bad for the other player.
Of course, yeah, yeah. I guess that's just that thing when
The amazing thing is when you get something that it's good for you and
Right.
also bad for the
that's
other player.
that's the dream.
At this point, as they were merged in the commitment
Yeah.
to drop Austin out of contention.
Right.
At this point, it is something that is at least good for you and bad for Austin.
Exactly
And
right.
they can take care of the other players.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Alex move. The board is full of colors right now, but
Yep.
we do not see too much green over there.
Right.
So we can check on Alex's board. He just laid 6 members on the board. And if they're playing the first of the third round, it means he played 6 times. So he laid once per round.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. And Michael did the same. He has 9 over there. No,
Yep.
it's worse because Michael already played these 7.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And there's only 6 guys out there, which means not even a member per turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to do.
And blue also. There's
Yeah.
5 guys out there. That's astonishing what Austin did.
It really is.
And if you realize, all those guys, or almost those guys, are at level 5 on the training
Right.
ground.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it is 21 iron spended on that action.
That's
'Cause
correct.
This is 4 times 5 plus a single one.
Right. So yeah, that's amazing.
That guy spent 21 iron on that.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. To be able to have the access to that.
Well, he had 1 on the lantern.
Sure.
But the lantern wasn't so appealing for
No.
him through the whole game.
No. He's been able to do it without having to kind of utilize that lantern as his resource generation engine.
Okay, they're no longer trying to block Austin because if he went to that move over there and take that card, he didn't use the areas where you can place the court members.
Yeah.
So Austin will be once again available to chain reaction over there on the court.
Absolutely. Which is, at this point, obviously the priority.
Yeah, he still has 1 mother pearl and
Yep.
with 2 seals. It's the second one necessary to climb just once.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money, so he can pay for the extra member of the court to get into the
Get in.
entrance.
Yep.
And as soon as he's on the door with just 2 pearls, he can move up.
Right. Okay. Like we're gonna see.
That's Stanley's inspirational move.
Yeah.
On the board.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's for the seal.
All right.
Yeah, go to your action.
And the seal
Spend 5 pearls.
in the court.
And move 2 levels.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, extra resource at the end of the game is just a single point or 2
Sure.
points at the worst case scenario or
Right.
better case scenario.
Best case
Let's
scenario.
call that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a worst case scenario because you do not want resources not spent.
Well,
You
look,
want to
hey.
spend them all.
Stanley's on the board. I mean, I think that's where his excitement came from. That was his first actual.
$2.
Yeah, it was a single point, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's a point.
It is a point.
My lantern is a barrel.
You might go from grain to grain. Let's see.
Yeah.
Eagle.
He steals with a lot of iron.
Yep.
Coin. And point. Oh my god. Double.
It's already.
Yes. Look at that. He went from. He just doubled up right there.
Yeah.
He's doing a thing that I do a lot of times, which is making sound effects whenever you move things around the board. I'm a big.
That's his solution.
Yes.
There's nothing else for him.
Yeah. Hey, look. He's on the board. There's some joviality happening here because, again, I think a lot of people realize what's happening, and
Yeah. With 9 multipliers on the training
Right,
grounds,
pretty tough.
there's nothing else to do with Alcin. Alcin is also ahead on the passage
on the,
of time.
on the passage of time. Yeah.
That's
So he's gonna get-
and ahead on points.
Yes, significant points there.
It is
Now, this was-
unbelievable.
This was a pretty much a masterclass.
It's
by Alcin here.
unbelievable what Alcin is doing.
And the fact that this was not his game, right? I mean,
Well, we do not know if he
That's true.
gets out of contention in the main event
Yeah.
for White Castle. We know he participates. We just do not know who knocked him out.
correct.
But anyway, the 3 finalists did an amazing job.
Oh, yeah.
They scored hugely. The board was inviting to that.
Sure.
But they were amazing players. So we do not know what happens to Alcin.
Correct.
Maybe he was saving the best for last.
Could be. You
We do
know.
not know. Well, by now, he is with 8 points in the scoring track, already 6 points in the passage of time, which
Correct.
means 14.
Yep.
Then he has 2 members on the court on levels, on the second level, which
level.
means 12 points anyway. So 14 with 12 is 26. And from the right side, he is already 18, 9 times 2.
Yep.
So he's one leg now, it's already done. So more than 40 points.
Sure.
Much more can
Could potentially be there.
can
Yeah.
come, yeah. Well, I'll say at least 18 plus 6 for 2 guys at the first level.
First level. Yeah.
So it's extra 24 points
Yeah. He's sitting on a lot of guaranteed points.
plus
basically.
the white flags that he might activate.
Right.
And the insane thing is that the bottom right position is still available
It
for
is.
him.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And he has a lot of money.
Yes, he
if
does.
Even if there's only one dot on each die,
Yeah.
he can pay twice
He
to
can
go
do
over
it.
there.
Yeah. He could do it.
And if he uses the white, the one, anyone,
Yeah.
he's going to score once again 1 point from the lantern
That's right.
by using the worst one.
Yeah.
So
Being all quick.
I think let's do this
Okay. Okay.
lantern.
yeah,
So,
the huge lantern is coming.
Sure. Yep. I
A
mean,
lot of money, 2 points per move.
That's his. That's his.
So he's catching up
Right.
Halston on the scoring track.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and that's what he's got to do, right? He's got to
Yeah.
utilize where he is in a power position. And
But he needs to skip the movement on the passage of time. He doesn't have 2 seals.
right.
He cannot pay to.
He,
to,
he's
to
so he's
do what
losing
he-
out on those points.
Yeah. Because he needs 2 to get those
Into that
extra
next
3
level.
points.
Yep. And that always feels rough, right? When you could potentially be getting up into that next scoring zone and you just can't do it because you
You
don't
do
have the
so
seals.
many things in White Castle, but each one is so painful that losing those 3 points,
Oh my gosh.
especially if he's not safe to reach that later on, Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always.
Pepperoni and cheese is what I normally buy. Pepperoni pizza.
We've got discussion
Johnny's.
of, we got pizza discussion, folks.
That's a major announcement
That is.
being done on the table.
That's right. Right
John
now.
is talking to the players. John is the head of the World Series of Board Games. I think they're going to have pepperoni as a meal.
Yeah, I tell you what. When you're drafting pizza choices,
Yes.
if you don't get that right, the rest of your day is ruined, right? You're thinking maybe I'm going to go with pepperoni, and that
Okay.
just doesn't sit well with you. The rest of your day is done.
Do you know that they skip the pepperoni option, saying that's Austin's decision?
Oh, I
So the white flag is already there, man.
don't ask us. Ask Austin.
Anyway,
Yes.
aren't we in Vegas?
That's true.
So winners didn't get chicken dinner,
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
isn't
wow.
it? Well, it's chicken dinner, not chicken lunch.
That's right. That's correct. We're not in dinner time hours
Okay,
yet.
so now we know what's Austin's dinner.
Winner, pizza lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the new version. It was updated right now here
Yeah.
at the Horseshoe.
That's right. You scored a bunch. It's pizza lunch. That's where we're gonna go with
You're
that
inspired, man. What did you play yesterday?
one. Oh, yesterday, what did I play? You're asking me questions I need to remember. Oh, I
I
played.
need to know where the inspiration came from.
Oh, geez, nothing I played yesterday. I can tell you that. My performance in games would not be any inspiration. I played Shallow Regrets yesterday. I played. I actually put these things in my phone.
And he also kept his
See if I
original
can
card
remind
over.
myself.
You
what I
need
played.
to know.
Yeah, and he just
Yeah,
used
I
it
do.
to
Kettle
get
it
farmers.
down.
Yeah.
I played Coloma,
Okay.
a lovely Euro game by
Glad you wrote it.
and then DC United Batman Hush.
He's just
Okay.
much better. But like, I learned a lot from watching him play, but I'm just not at that level. So
Yeah, they're and this is a good point too.
Yeah, they're investing for 2026
That's right.
White Castle tournament.
They're learning and analyzing how Austin has been got to this point where he's just such a dominant position.
Get them all
They
out.
all, I'm sure, learn from each other, right? I mean,
such a fun game. None of us would know what we're doing.
That is true.
Blocking each other.
Like, I'm saying no
Sure,
one
let's
was
go.
knowing
I get
what
you
they
one
were doing. A funny moment over here.
I'm just happy.
Black also needs to be moved off.
What's that?
We're just
Got it.
There's people putting pizza slices on the comment.
yeah, oh yeah. Everyone's excited about the pizza. So Alex said if only we had one more person at the table who didn't know what they were doing.
For that, yeah.
Mac Dave in the comments. Shallow Regrets is by the same designer and artist as Deep Regrets, but it's a button shy 18 card and a small game version of Deep Regrets.
Good warrior.
Okay,
Here
now
we go.
Rice, because
Austin's move. We're in the mid of that third round.
Right.
So 6 die were already taken from the bridges.
Yep.
We're exactly in the middle.
yes.
I was only able to get one farmer out just because of the timing of everything. But like, it seemed like it was to get up to the iron. You were able to use like your lantern to get up to
Okay,
that.
let's
See, so they're
let's
kind of
listen to Michael.
Yeah.
It's really strong with good word, big stuff.
they're kind of talking about what got him here. You know,
I had the farmer, but then the farmers.
a little bit of the shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff happening. Yeah, which I think we all do as gamers.
Right.
He's saying he placed a lot of farmers early in the game. Well, we see.
Yeah,
At the end of the second round, he was already with the 5 gardeners
Yeah.
laid there.
it's amazing.
If I'm going down.
And so then
And
like,
for a lot of
kind
points
flip up
anyway.
Another
Yeah.
farmer. And it
When
didn't show up, and
when
now
I was
they're-
counting the points for Austin,
Yeah,
I didn't count those ones on the gardens.
yeah, right.
And there's a bunch
There's a
of points
bunch
over
there. Yeah, and then, so it's going to even be more.
Yeah.
Alex, I guess, said he kind of miscalculated. He had food, but he thought that there were 3 farmer spots available. There were only 2. And I think I want to say that early on in the game, there was another time where there was abundant food and nothing really to do with it, you know?
It depends on the cards.
Sure.
selected.
Depends on the cards.
Should have actually picked the lantern. Oh well.
Anyway,
not gonna matter.
Austin was the single one
$3.
with the wild starting
Yes,
card
that's
for
correct.
Gardens.
Yep.
So he just took advantage of that. And let's check. Now we know why he didn't use the court before.
Seal.
Because going on the court
Right.
will substitute that card on his personal board.
Sure.
So we kept that card as
Yeah.
long as possible over there and activate it once and once and once
Yep.
again.
Yeah, no, that's really,
I haven't seen that before.
yeah, that's pretty amazing actually.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because again, there's this kind of
Seal to move up.
almost internal pressure that you have to get out there, right? And he realizes, look, I've got time. I've
They're,
got
they're
time.
adding their personal mark to the game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend this. I need the seal. 1, 2, 3, 4. First,
Okay.
I think, are we doing a lantern?
Yeah, Alex is making a lot of counts over there.
Yeah.
Then we'll
He knows he's a skills for the second position.
Yeah.
Of course, it means nothing over here except honor.
Sure. Hey,
That's a honor thing.
but hey,
They're all winners anyway.
that's correct. Oh, just to
There
get here.
won't be losers at
No,
this table.
there's not-
They
not a-
won a diamond ring.
Right. Exactly.
So they're the best of the best from hundreds of players
Oh my
that arrived here.
Yeah. If you're at this table, you've already well established yourself with your gaming skills.
samurai. Spend 1.
Okay. So if
Throw another 1.
Austin is
If-
out of the table,
Yeah. If he wasn't there, I would have won the 25K.
yeah, that's the sentence from this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just.
So
getting it
we
from
see
close to
Alex
most of the time.
once and once again placing members of the army in the training ground.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has only 5 multipliers over there. Is that 6 multipliers?
Yeah, 6.
There's 4 guys that multiplies for 1 and 1 that multiplies for 2, so 6. But then the number of members of the court is just 2, and
Right.
2 is 12.
Yeah, and every single one is 9 for Austin.
Yeah,
2.
every
Alright,
single
I'll spend
one.
the seal.
And he has 9 3 times.
Yeah.
Then those ones, those 3 are in the level that rewards you 6 points.
Right.
So, oof.
Yeah, I mean, there's really in every single area of the board, Austin is just kind of dominating here.
Well, in the live chat, they're saying that the better way to block it is knock 2
bridges
dice,
out.
2 bridges out of dice.
Yeah.
But that's also painful for the other players. 'cause
absolutely
that
is.
limit their choices.
It 100% does. You don't want to be in a position where you're doing something suboptimally because somebody else is doing so well.
Yes.
You know, it's a hard thing.
You may do that in a head-to-head.
Right, exactly
Not
right.
in a multiplayer like this table.
That's absolutely
so
right.
that's something we might see at the White Castle Duo
In the
coming
White
from next month.
Yes, that's. I would think that would be exactly right. Yeah.
Because then you can kind of balance your decisions
Right.
between what's good for you and bad for your single option.
Right.
Because here there's a lot of opponents,
Yeah.
and locking
do
just
everything I
one,
wanna do,
it's not
unfortunately.
it
Is
might
you
not
not
be the
taking
best
those
It's
way.
not zero sum here, right?
Maybe you step down yourself and just helping the others,
Yeah.
and so you kept in the
Cost me at
bad
least, like,
position.
6 or 7 points.
Wow.
Right.
Just because it would get me another courtesan out.
And I should have
and
taken it too. I'm just.
Oh, you don't have enough money.
pretty much.
If it was a 4, you would have had enough money to go there. and
Transform.
Okay,
do the
we're
thing,
entering
do the thing, do the
the
thing, and have
last
enough seals, but now I have to use a seal
round
for $1.
of turns.
Yes.
So
I think what I want to do.
one move each once,
Yep.
and
I want to do what I was
we're set.
And then we're set. We're heading into end game.
Yes. By now, even with yellow so much ahead in the scoring track, so
Yeah.
Michael is a little ahead of Alex.
Yep.
I believe Alex still has a word to say.
You think? Yeah, it's still gonna.
Yeah. Because if you see, we can check that Michael has a lot of members in the court,
Yes.
but it's just multiplied by 2.
2.
There's a single guy in the training ground,
Yeah.
and he's also terrible on the garners.
Yeah.
I'm hearing,
So
I'm not gonna pay 1 pearl.
I still think Stanley is a little ahead of Michael,
That was the payment for.
but anyway, not so much.
Right.
Not so much.
Yeah.
And he's truly far in the scoring track. So he is 9 points, and that my 9 points can balance the game of those two.
Sure.
So it seems Alex is also clear for second spot.
Yeah. It's looking that way, right?
Yeah, because if you see, Alex has 2 gardeners at the highest point count.
Right. That's true.
For the action.
Yes. Let me just make
Anyway,
sure
I'm
that's
quite sure that at the final score, even if Alex is ahead of the other two, as said, it won't be for as much as he is,
The
as he
difference
is
between
behind us.
him from Austin. Yeah, that's true.
We can see here something like a full leg
Yeah.
of advance.
That's true. Do you have a sense of what you think the point spread will be between Austin and
And
you're
the
saying
second,
potentially
the
Alex?
second,
Yeah.
well, it's everything right there. There's no hidden points there.
That's right.
In White Castle, there's not the kind of, oh, I had those two hidden points
Right.
here.
Here's a
So
card. Yeah.
There's no, so everything is countable right now. Even if you're playing in Board Game Arena, you can activate the way to score permanently.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know the score of each one at every time. But right now, I would say 30 to 40 points.
Yeah, that's a
So
wow.
almost a full leg.
Man.
Because the scoring counting in White Castle is from 0 to 40.
Right, and then you take a chip and you continue
Yeah,
to go. Yeah.
you flip once again if you're between 80 and 120.
What's the highest score you've ever seen in a 4-player game of White Castle?
Uh,
I wanted it to be
maybe 102,
Okay.
103,
So
Okay.
I'll just do the lantern again.
but it
Actually, I'll
depends
just do a
on
food
the
and
level
lantern.
of the players.
Sure,
And
of course.
here, even with
Lantern
Austin,
again for
seems
two more points.
clearly ahead of the other ones in experience. They are all experienced,
Of
at
course.
least experienced players.
That's-
Maybe not in the game, and that it's not beginners level anyway.
You know, and someone quite a bit earlier in the chat had said, well, they keep talking about players at this level, and they were like, we don't even know how much experience they have with this game. And while that's true, and while that is an important qualifier, anybody at this stage, anybody at this level of gaming that has played games as much as they have, especially in the competitive environments that they have, they're going to generally be better than a casual player coming in. I wouldn't want to play against anybody, any of these players. I just don't feel like I have the
skill.
the background, right? I don't play games in the same way that these players do. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they try to break the system of the game
Yes.
every time. They're trying to discover something that's
Exploitable.
only in their heads.
Yeah.
And that's the advantage at this level. We know
Right.
it.
Yeah, of course. I would assume as publishers and designers, you
Yeah,
have to take that into
need to-
account,
to,
right?
to take something out of the box.
Yeah. Okay, so he just changed up his.
Right
Wow.
up 3.
Well, 4 times 9.
Yeah. Wow.
36 points
That
out
is
of the
amazing.
training grounds.
That's amazing.
4
How much,
times 9.
what's
And
the
that's
money
it.
worth at the end?
So at this point, we can sum up the points of Austin. So 9 times 4, it's 36.
Yep.
Then 6, 6, 6, 3, it's 21. 36 plus 21 is 57.
Yep.
And Dynamo Seals you have.
Then 6 from the passage of time.
Yep.
To do, that's the-
And then you've got the gardeners too.
21, 36, 57, 63 plus the gardeners and 2 points from iron on his board.
Yep.
So 63, 65 plus the gardeners over there.
Wow. And these are the garden cards.
Okay, so we have 9, then 5, then 1, then 3, then 1. So 5, 10, 19. Yeah, here's
None of
on
this
the
was there again.
80 point level. So we will flip the token of the leg count
Yeah, that's impressive.
in a final
Yeah.
for tens of dollars.
Color
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You can have what you want. I'll do this. Select as my lantern
Okay.
die.
Alex's turn.
So I'll do the lantern.
Yep, doing the lantern there.
Food.
It
Get a
seems
bird that I can't move.
that Alex is
coin.
comfortable. He won't be able to use the passage of time once again.
Right, because
He
of
just
the
needs a
seals.
single seal and he's out of it. It's 3 points anyway.
Yeah, and he's got 9 people on the board.
Hmm.
2.
Unfortunately, it's just multiplied by 6.
Right.
If there's a few more on level 5, it would be
Sure.
considerable.
Yeah, it would make a difference.
Most certainly not even close to Austin, but it's good.
It's still, yeah. And now 10.
Whoa.
Go up here, I guess. And with another bird I can't use.
Unfortunately. And
it's-
that one would move twice. It's not important, twice
Sure.
or single, because it's
Right.
the end of the game, and
Yep, you
doing
have no
1 or
seal.
2 would be 3 points.
Right, either
But
way.
doing none,
It's
it's nothing.
It's yeah. It's just there's a psychological thing too. It's like all of these
That's
actions that I'm not even going to be able to use because I don't have the
Yeah, the
resources.
1 or 2 steps would be the same, but
Right.
scoring those 3 points might be the difference between them at the end of the
Second
game.
and third, yeah.
So let's go, Stanley.
Yep.
Final word.
There we go.
Spend 2.
Final word.
I have to spend, like I said, I do like your
They're saying sneaky, not so much.
Yeah, they're saying because they're asking, is this a game for those who are sly, calculated, and sneaky? They said calculated, yes. Sneaky, not so much. Because yeah, like you said, this is not really a game where you're going to be fooling players.
No, you're not. Yeah. And at this level, at the World Series, nobody
You're not
tries
going to be
fool
anyway.
anyone. Yeah. Yeah. I was discussing that with Joey at the final for the ring.
Yeah.
That Jordan is over there just for
Yeah.
the official way to get a referee on the
Of course,
table.
of course. Okay.
It's Vegas, but they're not trying to do that.
They are not trying to
Yeah.
get there in a nefarious way.
Yes, it
I think
is.
everyone here highly respects each other and only wants things done the right way.
suspicion.
And as we saw earlier in this game, allowing somebody to kind of, take a lantern action that they didn't realize they had. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's-
they allowed the player to step back,
Right.
which justifies the kind of gentleman they're
Yes.
here playing.
Oh, leftover.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there was a kind of gentleman agreement
Mm-hmm.
that you may do something that you forgot.
Yeah.
So just farmers right now.
If you forgot and you realize that
Leftovers,
in
so
the
I
next
get 2
move,
points for
they allow you to move
leftovers,
back.
Okay, so they're scoring.
Okay, final counts. Let's do.
They're doing the leftover resources here first.
3 and 3, so 2
Mhm.
points. Leftovers.
2 points for iron.
A lot of points for leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the painful ones.
They have the
Michael
lines on
scored
them.
4 points for leftovers.
Yeah.
But 1 point for the money.
No, 2 points for leftovers.
Oh, Michael did got
2 points for leftovers.
1
Farmers.
and 1 each.
Passage of time.
Okay.
Alex and Stanley.
Passage of
3
time.
points for yellow.
3 points for blue and 6 points for red.
Yep.
0 green and 3.
So we took the lead. That will never left.
Right.
Yeah, you won't leave the lead.
No, no.
And then in the castle. Quarters.
Here we go.
Courtiers in the castle. This is 6 points, right? So 6, 12,
21.
18. 18 yellow.
18 yellow.
Oh, 18 yellow. Yeah.
That's 37.
21 is red.
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 3, 21.
21. Yep.
23.
Green also has a nice score, so 19, I believe. And 6-3.
Green.
19.
10, 16, 19.
19. And blue is 18. 3 times 6.
Right.
7.
18 for me. So no choice.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on real quick.
Now the painful ones.
Yes.
First floor is 3.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So Jordan said court before to keep them in the race.
Right.
That's gonna be
It was just to
training yard.
keep them on the race.
Exactly right.
So this thing. All right. So I've got 1 in the 2s, 1 in the 1s. So this is 8,
3 times 4.
and then this
12.
is 12, I believe.
Yeah, 12 points.
So
3, 3
2,
times
4, 6, 8, and then
3 times 4.
9,
Yeah,
10,
it's
11, 12.
12.
Oh, it is 12.
Yep.
12.
All right, I was right.
Okay, so 49.
Yeah.
Okay. 49. And let's go. Orange.
Here we go.
9.
36 points.
36. So 43 to 79.
Wow.
He's one behind the second.
That's
lead.
amazing.
2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2 times 3 is 18. 15,
Yep.
7 puts me at 45.
All right. He broke the 40 barrier. Yep.
Yeah.
15, 41.
He's going to match yellow with the gardeners. But yellow is ahead. That's a tough time.
Yep.
Gardeners, I've got a 9. It's 3, so 12 points to, what's that? 9 plus 12. I can't back.
No, yellow will be ahead.
Yeah.
19. So 40
Let's get
plus
that.
18.
Another 18 to
58.
But so
Yes.
88.
Eight,
Flip the 40 to an
98
80.
points.
Wow.
98 points.
Yeah, that's a
98
crazy,
points for the winner.
that's a crazy
Wow.
score, right?
Yeah, because
That's a
usually it's
fantastic
like
score.
70s, 80s.
You said the
like
highest
Yeah.
we've seen is like 102, 103.
And they're saying that they used to see people doing
Nice.
around 70 points in a four-player match.
Five,
The winner,
70.
70 points.
Yeah.
So it's completely ahead.
Oh, 14.
That is incredible.
45 puts me at 59.
Okay, so 59 didn't catch up the Michael.
Yeah, and Austin really.
And not a full leg.
Right. Yeah.
Good game, man.
Austin
Just
wasn't
a
a
full leg for
I mean,
Michael.
it's just
Good game.
how it shows.
Yeah.
You know,
That was a great
experience.
game.
Just
Okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
we
Good game, man.
finish with
beat me twice. Gosh,
98
darn
points
it.
for
Both finals
Austin.
games.
All right, just to confirm, let me make sure this is correct.
Here we go.
Stanley,
You're settled
you had
down the
49.
points with Jordan.
Yellow,
So, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
48. Austin, you had 98. Alex, you had 59.
Nope.
Michael, you had 61.
And then
All right.
58 points. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
We had a
Which
shot.
means Stanley
That's
got
interesting.
a full leg and a few points in
All right, everybody
advance.
can use
Incredible.
This for
It's
us,
a
please.
50 point
Question
spread
for you.
between
I mean,
them.
obviously,
That's
putting the one
really
die there was
amazing.
bad.
More than
Was
50%.
there anywhere else?
That's
that I-
50 points out of 98.
That's incredible. Well, that was an amazing game, but there are some other amazing games that are going on right now. So, with some information about the other semifinals going on, as we speak, let's kick it over to Brian and find out.
We're having a lot of fun at the other three other tables at the semifinals match. One of the matches is brass, and at that match, Daniel got out to an early canal lead with a big romp, and Nick has tried to recover a little bit. He went into uncontested cotton and is making a comeback, but he's struggling a little bit to close it all the way out, even though all players have a pretty good rail presence. On the Arnak table, we have Brian Littman has made it to the top of the track and is doing very well, but Andrew Law and Henry are both pushing him and coming in close, and it should be an interesting final conclusion at that game as well. As well, on our Dune table, it's quite exciting. Swordmaster Allen has made a comeback, just pushing up on 2 tracks and capturing the guild recently, and he's tied right now at the top of the track with RJ, who's been battling to the top pretty consistently. We'll see how that comes down when we get to the finals.
All right, exciting stuff going on all around. Sounds impressive, and I think everyone is very much looking forward to seeing how these play out and what it's going to mean for our finals game. All right, so an incredible performance here in the White Castle, but that's going to cut it out for this particular stream. Stick around, we have so much more to come, and we've really only gotten started with this lead up to the finals.
We're going to have another match today, the great final to get somebody crowned world champion at the World Series in Las Vegas. So
That's
There's many things to come today.
that's right. And so, until next time, I'm Mike Delicio.
I'm Ricardo Gomes.
Thanks for watching and stick around.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.